Edition of Sports Friday. On tonight's show, the Kellis Crazies and highlights from 14 different high school football games and Major League Baseball. The Indians clinched the Central. I'm Bill Phillips. George Kellis and Todd Severson will join us later, but it's the Nacho Man, Don Sloan, who kicks everything off.
And we're kicking off with a pretty good game, a big matchup with two unbeatens, Wheeling Park and Weirton. Jimmy Carey Stadium to place, and the two West Virginia playoff hopefuls, they met tonight in Weirton. We pick up the highlights. Third quarter, no score. This is Wheeling Park on offense. Kevin Stake, the quarterback, playing with a broken thumb, puts the pass up, and it is picked off by Weir's Jonathan Jackson. The Parks D comes up big. Eric Berkheimer with the pass. It gets picked off by Dion Portman of Park. A defensive slugfest going, but we mentioned the broken thumb for Stake. It could have been a factor here, the fumble. The ball's on the ground. Quincy Wilson, touchdown. Weir with the fumble recovery for a touchdown, just like the Oak Glen game. And the Riders are on top by a 7-0 score. The Riders with great defense tonight. Linebacker John Paul DeFelice with a big hit. He snuffs out the pass play there. Give that guy a slice of pizza from DeFelice after the game. Now Weir goes up top. Berkheimer for the touchdown. Jonathan Jackson. Nice grab, hauls it in. It's 14-0. Weir on top. Park would score a touchdown late, but Bill, we check out the final, and the Red Riders are now 3-0. They beat Wheeling Park by the score 14-7, and that was a great game. Went right down to the wire.
They have gotten off to a solid start. Steubenville Big Red's defense was outstanding a week ago against Woodland Hills. Tonight, Big Red would try and get its offense rolling against Cleveland JFK, and we go to the field, and the best band in Buckeye land, that's what they call it at Harding Stadium. We take a look at it early. Big Red, Dwayne Snyder makes the out move, and DeJoby Platt first for 12 yards. It's DeJoby Platt on the reception for 12 yards. Big Red TD, that's Dwayne Snyder getting in, 14 yards, and it was a 6-0 Big Red lead. Later, a few plays later, another pass to Joby Platt, hauls it in. He shakes and bakes up the sideline, knocked out of bounds after a good gain of 20 yards. Big Reds continue. They drive second quarter, setting up P.J. Tiberio. He goes in for the touchdown, and the extra point was good, making it 14-0 Big Red. On Big Red's next possession, the crowd loving it at Harding Stadium as they always do. It's Dwayne Snyder. He breaks it big, cuts to the outside, breaks the tackle. It's still on his feet. The big man rumbling inside JFK territory down across the midfield stripe. Then 5 plays later, DeJoby Platt. He's looking for the corner of the end zone. He's got it. Great catch, DeJoby Platt, as he climbs the ladder and gets it. We go to the scoreboard to take a look at it. Big Red, the offense explodes this week. Last week it was the defense that came up big. The offense this week, Don, comes up big, and DeJoby Platt looking like he's a man to reckon with outside for Big Red's offense.
Big grabs just like in center field in Legion Baseball.
He's had a good year.
Big year for DeJoby Platt, and a big year also for the John Marshall Monarchs. They've looked as solid as any team so far this year, winning their first 2 of the year fairly easily against Magnolia. Then again last week with East Bank, looking to make it 3 wins in a row. Tonight, the Monarchs and Parkersburg South. Coach Mike Linsky looking on. Now, JM would take the opening kickoff of the second half. And Kevin Snyder, talking about a guy that's having a big year. Snyder rumbling for the touchdown. And the Monarchs looking good, up with the big lead. And the John Marshall mascot has had plenty to cheer about so far this season. How about some defense? John Marshall coming up with the INT. The Monarchs picking off the pass here. But JM, next possession, once again, the interception. John Marshall, 2 big interceptions, a Snyder touchdown. They're looking big here in the second half. And now, 5-yard touchdown run. Craig Blake, end zone. We check out the board. It's John Marshall. They're 3-0 over Parkersburg South in a big way, Bill, by the score of 47-3.
Two teams that have gotten off to solid starts, River and Caddis. After a few years off, the Caddis Cardinals and River Pilots, well, they renewed their rivalry tonight. And at home, the Pilots in Hannibal. The last time the Cards beat River, 1990. We go to the highlight signs, ready to go, and it's taken down first play. I always wonder about all that artwork that just kind of goes to waste week in, week out. Ron Banks here for Caddis. They waste no time. Touchdown, Colin Hardwick, 12 yards out. It's a TD for the Cardinals. It was Michael Mistovich trying to get his team on the board. He throws intercepted by the Cardinals, and the Cardinals always known for the tough defense, Don. tonight. They played well again. This one was all the way returned for a TD. Tom Culver goes all the way back for the touchdown, but River comes back. Brian Malott, a 65-yard drive, capped with Malott's touchdown. Caddis does counter with a 6-yard TD run from, who else? Denver Williams. She's out to the corner, and, well, forget about it. Faked out our cameraman, and then he's down the sideline, tight roping. The pause starts. Touchdown. Roll the highlight tape. We go to the scoreboard to take a look at it. It is Caddis winning big. They have a good game against River. The Cardinals, maybe a team to be reckoned with come the postseason if they keep going at the rate they are right now. Denver Williams, 21 carries, 197 yards, 1 touchdown. Cardinals win it 34-7. More scores to pass along. Claymont Mustangs win by 3 over New Philadelphia. The Quakers, a good ball game. Claymont on top by 3 there. Newark and Zanesville, the Blue Devils, the newest acquisition of the OVAC for a high school team. Newark comes up winner 28-23. So some teams off to some very solid starts. Caddis, John Marshall, Big Red, and We're Red Riders. Last time they were 3-0. Can't remember.
And the big thing with Caddis, not only Denver Williams, but Ronnie Banks and Colin Hardwick, a big duo there. They now have 3 touchdown hookups between them.
Defense looks good as well. We have to welcome in just a little while George Kellis. Right now we need to take a timeout. We'll come back with more right after this.
You're watching Sports Friday, the Ohio Valley's most comprehensive sports program on WTOV 9. The Health Plan, 95,000 members strong, is far and away the largest HMO in the tri-state area. It's one of the most financially solvent HMOs in America and not for profit. Any surplus of money is retained in a reserve fund to be used only for future claims by our subscribers. The government recently conducted a survey and found the health plan to be among the top 16% in the nation for customer satisfaction. The Health Plan, with you yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
If you haven't tried Convenient Food Mart's new made-to-order overstuffed sandwiches, you don't know what you've been missing.
Now this is a sandwich.
I love this stuff, and oh, there's so much on it.
Wow, this is good. And big.
The most fantastic hoagie in town.
They're delicious.
Judge for yourself. The overstuffed sandwich, only at Convenient Food Mart.
Running my own business has had a lot of lonely moments. Sometimes you're not sure you're making the right decisions. When I turned to National City, I found out they have the financial know-how I need to get me where I want to go. When I updated my equipment and when I wanted to get my business running more efficiently, National City has always been there for me with a solution. It's a great relationship.
GMC trucks are great fun. Your Big 8 GMC truck team dealers use their fun and hardworking GMC trucks for doing things they like to do. Paul Riley of Glendale Motors just loves his Sierra liftback. Gene at Roberts GMC takes his Suburban boating. Mike and his Mom of Guest GMC tow their race car with a Sierra. Ted Showalter of Whitesides Cambridge takes his Vendura to the park. So whatever you like to do, the Big 8 GMC truck team has the right GMC truck for you.
We are trucks. Now, back to Sports Friday on WTOV 9.
And welcome back to the big show. The Brook Bruinsville were solid in their opening week win over Mount Lebanon. And tonight, perhaps a bit tougher test. The opponent, Youngstown Reign. Let's check out the highlights. And here they come. The Brook Bruins taking the field, and the Bruin defense early on. Sean Donnelly comes up with a big sack for the Bruins. Now, the first half, well, most of it was spent on the ground, but that's the way Bud Billiard and the Bruins like it. Here they go. Todd Sparinger, sparing nothing, drags a few bodies with him, 15 yards. Now, Jeremy Roberts, nice run up the gut, 17 yards, and Brook is driving this at the end of the first quarter of play. Budrow says, look, second quarter, I want the ball in the end zone. First play, second quarter, Brett McLean, 7 yards, touchdown. The Bruins up 7-0. Now, late first half, Reign was driving, trying to put the ball in the end zone, trying to tie it up. The pass is up, it's deep, but Mark Segley picks it off, and we check out the board. The Bruins win it with a shutout, second week in a row. Brook over Reign by the score of 7-0. Big game with capital next weekend for Budrow's boys.
Now to the WTOV9 high school football game of the week, Don. It featured Buckeye Local and Indian Creek. Now, if you don't want to know what happened, turn down the set, go get a sandwich, get something to drink. Anyways, just give us a few minutes to get through the highlights and the score, and then you can sit back and relax and watch it a little bit later on. First drive of the game for Buckeye Local, and they come out throwing.
Cornish looking to throw. Backside pressure, goes downfield, has a man open, and it's caught at the 45. Foot race again. No flags this time, and on Buckeye Local.
Ben Bailey scores to cap the 85-yard drive, but Indian Creek comes back in the second quarter.
He has a man down at the 10-yard line. I believe that's Coward.
Indian Creek in close that huge offensive line, looking to get Greg Miner into the end zone.
Handoff, Miner, touchdown, Indian Creek.
We skip ahead to the fourth quarter, 3rd and goal again, Miner again.
Back to the right-hand side. Handoff, Miner to the corner, touchdown,
Indian Creek had hit a 2-point conversion and a solo extra point to make it a 15-7 ball game.
Bailey wide open, and he is in the secondary. Man slips down. He may go for the touchdown and does. Buckeye Local scores, and they're down by 2. Excellent offensive move there by him to place the scoring.
That made it a 2-point game, 2-point conversion, Panthers.
Cornish looking, getting pressure. Cornish looking, still looking, and throws. Incomplete.
That was it. That was the ball game. We go to the scoreboard, take a look at it. This game immediately following Sports Friday. It's Indian Creek coming up a winner there, now 2-0. Buckeye Local 0-2 on the young season. 15-13. Indian Creek comes up a winner.
And another great down-to-the-wire game for the game of the week. Now we're going to look at our team of the week, the Martins Ferry Purple Riders. Now tonight they met Lindsley, a solid club at 1-0, and the Purple Riders also themselves at 1-0. Now tonight the two teams that are both looking for big years, they met in Martins Ferry, and our own George Kellis has more. George.
Well, Ferry fans have got to be wondering how much more of this they can take, going right down to the wire. Here we go. You may recall last week's win over Cambridge. I'll talk more about that in a minute. The Ferry band strikes it up. 3-0 Purple Riders, but this is Lindsley in white. Quarterback Jaylani Galloway throws. Chad Prats is open deep in Ferry's end. That set up a touchdown. Lindsley led 7-3 after 1 quarter. We go to the second period. This is Matt Green on the move. 30 yards to the Ferry 17-yard line. That set up another score. Lindsley led 14-3 at the half. Third quarter, Ferry threatening. Nate Jackson, the keeper. Look at the move right here. Now you see him, now you don't. He's in for the touchdown. It's 14-9 Lindsley at that point. Early in the fourth quarter, Galloway to Eddie Drummond. And the track star whirls 17 yards into the end zone. The Cadets open up a 21-9 gap. Ferry right back. You'll see Corey Del Guzzo with a superior effort reaching across the goal line. Riders back in it. It's 21-16, 8 minutes to go. On the next Ferry possession, Nate Jackson wheeling and dealing. Touchdown Ferry. We go to the scoreboard, and for the second straight week, Ferry wins a heart stopper. 24-22 at Cambridge on the last-second field goal a week ago tonight, and now this, a 22-21 edging of Lindsley. Jackson, 125 yards, as you see right there, and Martins Ferry right back in the pressure cooker next week as they will face Catholic Central. Fellas?
Thank you very much, George. Martins Ferry, team of the week this week. They almost want to make them team of the week 2 weeks in a row. We'll have to wait and see how everything settles, but they're off to a great start with a couple of close games.
The Cardiac Riders, I mean, they just got to keep pulling out the game at the last second. So now we'll stay in Belmont County. The Riders, Belmont County, will stay there now with the Belmont County Fair and the annual fair game tonight. The Union Local Jets and those Red Devils of St. Clairsville. Now the Devils came in at 0-1. The Jets, they were looking to go 2-0. And there you see the fair and the Ferris wheel and everything in the background. And this is Matt Davis with the pitch to Ryan Twerg. He makes the corner, fights. Is he in? Yes, he is. Touchdown. 20-19, St. Clairsville in the lead. Now later, it's Davis. He throws up the wobbler. Josh Nagy, though, hauls it in. He's down to the 5-yard line. Big year for field goals in the Valley, and here, Matt Davis with the field goal, makes it 22-20. Union Local on top. Now Union Local defense, they're swarming, but Matt King, he is a tough runner, and he comes up with a gain for St. Clairsville. Now, less than 1 minute to play. King on the option. King still going down the sidelines all the way down to the 2-yard line. He didn't get in, but it's Darrell Ellsworth. Ellsworth up and over for the winning touchdown. Makes it 26-22. St. Clairsville in the lead. Union Local with a chance. They're going to try to come back. The last-ditch effort. Is it? It's picked off. St. Clairsville wins it. We check out the board in a thrilling game at the fairgrounds. It's the Red Devils over the Jets by 4.
26-22. More scores. Don Cambridge wins big by a score of 40-0. So the Bobcats bounce back from their close loss against Martins Ferry. One more score before we take our next time out. Frontier, a nice win over Williamstown by a score of 29-28. But Don, an evening full of exciting games so far.
A lot of fantastic finishes. Frontier now, by the way, they are 2-0. And Bill, it's time to take a timeout. But when we come back, in just a moment, we'll have more highlights as the highlight machine rolls on.
You're watching Sports Friday, the Ohio Valley's most comprehensive sports program on WTOV 9.
Homecoming is just around the corner, and Kaufman's of downtown Wheeling is the only place in the Ohio Valley that has over 5,000 long and short gowns in stock right now. All the sizes, 4 through 44, colors and fabrics from the top designers seen in your favorite magazines. So don't waste your time shopping around. Get to Kaufman's of downtown Wheeling for the largest and best selection right now. There's no reason to go anywhere else. Kaufman's of downtown Wheeling, the Valley's homecoming headquarters.
Right now, the items you need most for fall fix-up are on sale at special preseason savings at Scott Lumber. You can install the lasting beauty of Bruce hardwood floors for a lot less than you might think. We've specially priced a great selection of Bruce floors now through September 17th. Choose from 2 1/4 inch wide Laurel strip, 3 inch wide Long Beach plank, or Sterling strip, 2 1/4 inch oak. Nothing adds warmth and beauty to your home like Bruce hardwood floors from Scott Lumber.
When you have questions about your health, we can answer them and get you the help you need. Call the professionals and talk to one of our registered nurses. Weekdays, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. We think you'll feel better the minute you hear our voice.
Famed movie star Charlton Heston will be the speaker at the Jefferson County Chamber of Commerce annual dinner meeting Wednesday, October 4th. Dinner tickets are $45. Tables at 10 are $450. Call the chamber to reserve your tickets at 614-282-6226. Charlton Heston's appearance is made possible by Air Excellence, Ameritech, Employer Select Plan, the Herald Star, National City Bank, Ohio Valley Hospital, Reese Homes, St. John Medical Center, Trumbull Savings and Loan, WTOV 9, Wheeling Pittsburgh Steel, and Wireless One.
Now, back to Sports Friday on WTOV 9.
Welcome back to the big show. Oak Glen has gotten off to a slow start this year at 0-2. Tonight, the Golden Bears went after their first win against another team looking for a victory, the East Liverpool Potters. And we go up to Oak Glen, Golden Bear country and Potter country, and it was the Golden Bear cheerleaders. They were happy because they were up 28-0 when we got there. Liverpool goes in, has a big run there, and then the little dump pass, they swing it out, a big hit from the Golden Bears. But East Liverpool trying to get back in the game. Rain started to fall, and we take a look at Oak Glen powering ahead, trying to get that running game going, and East Liverpool. Completion and the catch, and that would go for the touchdown. And East Liverpool on the board at 28-6. They would try and answer again, and they did. Matt Faith gets the touchdown, and he gets in. We go to the scoreboard to take a look at it. The final in this one, Oak Glen wins it by a score of 28-12. Oak Glen comes up with the easy victory, and they come up with their first win of the year. More scores to pass along. The Edison Wildcats, we were at this game to get highlights of Edison and Carrollton. Unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties with our equipment. We were unable to record the game. Edison wins by a score of 26-0. That is the first win in the Greg Bain era, as they beat Carrollton by a score of 26-0. So Edison gets their first victory. Edison's Majeski, 146 yards and 26 carries and 2 touchdowns. So congratulations to Edison and Greg Bain for his first win as a coach of the Edison Wildcats. And again, we apologize for the video. Don?
Well, now I think it's time to check out George Kellis once again. Wheeling Central playing Toronto. George.
Yes, Don, we had a joust at Wheeling Island tonight. The Red Knights versus the Maroon as we go to the highlights. And Bob Morris and company, they've got big problems. This is Todd Flanagan of Wheeling Central. Still going. 28 yards for a touchdown, 6-0 Central in the first period. On their next possession, here comes Scott Holt. He'll move 33 yards deep into the Red Knight zone. Watch Flanagan on this next play. He's going to run right over somebody. Boom. His second score, that made it 12-0. Central's next possession. Flanagan, he's not particularly fast, but he's quite good, as you see. Touchdown. The romp was on as we go to the board. Your final score, Wheeling Central gets in the win column. They beat Toronto by a score of 34-6. Keep an eye on Wheeling Central as a possible threat in Class A in West Virginia, fellas.
Thank you very much, George. We need to take a timeout. We're going to take a brief timeout. We're going to come back with more highlights, and the Kellis Crazies make their appearance for the week. We need to take a timeout. Don't go away.
You're watching Sports Friday, the Ohio Valley's most comprehensive sports program on WTOV 9.
Hey, have you heard the newest talk of the town? Wireless One Network has not one, but 2 new locations, Pennsylvania Avenue, Weirton, and the Woodsdale Center in Wheeling. Come celebrate savings at all locations with our limited time grand opening special. The $19.95 Freedom Plan, which includes free use of a cellular phone, 20 free minutes of airtime monthly, and free call forwarding, call waiting, and no answer transfer. The newest talk of the town, Wireless One Network. Help us spread the news.
The hometown team at Unibank. It's growing, and you'll find more friendly faces to serve you. Come to where unbeatable service is provided by hometown professionals like Cheryl Boyd. She's downtown waiting to open your new accounts today. Some banks have been sold and changed their names, and some banks have moved their headquarters and decision makers out of Jefferson County. But Unibank, the hometown team, is here, where you know us and we know you. Open a new account today.
Dreaming of a new home? Here's an affordable way to make your dreams come true now. Hi, I'm Steve Swartz of Swartz Homes. We can build you a beautiful factory-crafted home at a price you can afford in weeks instead of months.
As you can see, Schwartz homes are so spacious. I love my Amish crafted cabinets, custom windows, curtains, and oh, the skylight, and my pantry. Schwartz homes delivered everything they promised.
Swartz Homes in New Philadelphia and St. Clairsville. We build more than a house, we build your trust.
Kellis Crazies is sponsored by Huebner Chevrolet.
Now, Huebner Chevrolet is ready to serve you even better. Stop by today and see their newly remodeled showroom and check out the super selection of new and used cars, trucks, and vans.
Hi, my name is Scott Cole, owner of Huebner Chevrolet in Carrollton. Exciting things are happening here at Huebner Chevrolet. We've completely remodeled our showroom to make it a more inviting, friendlier place to visit. But even with all the changes, we haven't forgot the most important thing, and that's you, our customer. So remember, at Huebner Chevrolet, we're not satisfied till you are.
Now, back to Sports Friday on WTOV 9.
Welcome back to the big show. Right now, we are going to get ready to head down to George Kellis. And, you know, Don, there's crazies all over the Ohio Valley. But the craziest man is George Kellis, of course. And right now, we need to head down to the one, the only George Kellis. George?
Well, it's time to find out where our wackos of the week are from. And I'm looking at this for the first time. And let's see if we can get... Oh, that's pretty crazy. They are from John Marshall. Kill. I like that. And those guys are pretty crazy, whoever they are. I don't know what we've got here. That looks like those guys from JM, they're our crazies for this week. And you've got to try to outdo your fellow schools. We had Wellsville last week, did a great job. JM this week. Who will it be next week, fellows?
Thank you very much, George. Right now, well, Don, you're just nuts.
Chances for crazies tomorrow at Madonna, at Bel Air, at Catholic Central, Connaughton Valley. We'll be all over. So if you're crazy, show up, and we'll put you on Kellis's Crazies. Now, in their first game of the year, the Wellsville Tigersville thumped Toronto. Tonight, the Tigers looking for their second win in 1995. Let's check out the highlights. Eric Meek on the sidelines taking on his alma mater, the East Palestine Bulldogs. And this was smash mouth football, without a doubt. Early on, Justin Carter, 17 yards. No score first quarter. Second quarter action, Jeff Jones with a big sack. That kills the drive for the Bulldogs. Wellsville looking good on D. Still no score. Bo Carter, quarterback. He's rolling. He's looking. Brad Peace with a grab. Nice move for the big gainer. Peace down the sideline. 5 plays later, Mr. Jones. Hello, Mr. Jones. Bangs in from 1 yard out, 6-0, Wellsville. Now later, Steve Lazier on the blitz. The big hit. He nails the quarterback. Let's check out the board. It's Wellsville. They go to 2-0. The Tigers win this one by the score of 12-0. Elsewhere, let's check out the big board. Shenandoah wins their first game of the year. They beat Jewett-Scio 14-6. That a good ball game out in Scio. Strasburg over St. John by the score of 32-12. Magnolia, they get their first win of the year on the road at Shady Spring, 21-18. The Blue Eagles over the Tigers.
Good news for Jim Forbes. Blue Eagles coming up with a win. They are our game of the week next week against the River Pilots, so that should be an interesting matchup. There was a big matchup downriver tonight, right around where River and Magnolia reside. With 2 unbeaten, Shadyside and Monroe Central meeting, both teams came in a 1-0. George Kellis has more. George?
Okay, fellas, I have just been handed the script, and we're about to go to the highlights. Here we go. Shadyside and Monroe Central. Monroe, third quarter, score tied at 14-all, and Luke Shoemaker on a drive to the 11-yard line. And this is Monroe again, and that is Dustin Robinson, and he is down to the goal line, as you see right there. Monroe calls a timeout, and on the next play, there's a cluster of bodies. Luke Shoemaker's in there somewhere, and he is across the goal line. That made it Monroe Central 21, Shadyside 14. Shadyside trying to come back in the fourth quarter. Quarterback Brad Lewis, the pass to Travis Williams, and the touchdown. That made it 21-20. But the extra point is no good. And that's the difference in the ball game. As we go to the scoreboard, your final, the Monroe Central Seminoles go to 2-0 as they hold on in a thriller over the Shadyside Tigers. The final 21-20. Shadyside falls to 1-1.
Thank you very much, George. Now we have 2 more games to go. One game pitted 2 teams looking for their first win of the year. Caldwell and Buckeye Trail. Let's go to the highlights and take a look at what happened in this one. Crowd on hand. Perfect night for football. And we take a look at it. Caldwell has the ball. Caldwell's Brad Heston on their first play from scrimmage. Busts up the middle. 55 yards, and he's gone. No one's going to catch him. He's got the socks pulled up high like they used to wear him for the touchdown 6-zip. Heston again spinning into the end zone. 12-0. Caldwell on top. Buckeye Trail trying to get back into it. Jason Jones, but he was stacked up and abused. He was abused all night long. Still in the first quarter. Nathan Riddle. He hits big number 89, Justin Moore, the pop pass, ugly early, 20-0 Caldwell after one period of play. We go to the scoreboard, take a look at the final. It stayed ugly in this one by a score of 41-18. Now, before we get to our next game, we're going to go through some more scores. Barnesville, they lose to Meadowbrook by a score of 26-6. 100 Hornets, Valley Lumberjacks. Valley wins big there, 41-6. Coshocton and Ridgewood, 29-27. Ridgewood comes up winner by 2. Tuskegee Valley and Garraway, 22-0. It's Tuskegee Valley, the Trojans, coming up with a win over the Garraway Pirates. Now, Don, we have to send it back down to our George Kellis, who has our final game of the night. George?
Well, the Beltsville Blue Devils and the Bridgeport Bulldogs have had some pretty good ones over the years. In fact, Bridgeport's knocked off Beltsville a couple of times early in a couple of campaigns over the last decade or so. And here we go. We are into it right now. That is Brian Boder of Bridgeport, one of their big tandem of running backs. Next play, on a 3rd and 6, Brian Widmore. He's the other half of that dynamic duo. He's going to run all the way for the score. And with the extra point, Bridgeport went on top by a score of 7-0. And a little squib kick action. This is Ryan Caldwell on the return. Caldwell is gone. An 85-yard touchdown return. And the extra point following that is good, and that tied the game at 7-7. As a packed house looks on in Bellsville. Still in the first quarter. The pass from Colby Street to Jason Abrig. He goes in for the touchdown. And once again, we go to the scoreboard. Your final score, Bellsville 28, Bridgeport 19. Fellas?
Thank you very much, George. We'll see him on Sunday with a Sports Sunday. That's coming up at noon. You can call in and talk to George Kellis. Right now, we're going to put George under wraps for the rest of the night.
And when we come back, Bill, after this final timeout, we've got Major League Baseball highlights and much, much more. Stay tuned.
Watching Sports Friday, the Ohio Valley's most comprehensive sports program on WTOV 9.
When it comes to physical therapy, there is only one place to consider. Physical Therapy Associates' new state-of-the-art facility at Hollywood Plaza is the only one featuring in-house pool therapy. You will also find the latest technology and superb professional care available for complaints resulting from injury, accident, or illness. Call today for your appointment. 264-2205. Physician referral required.
Hi, I'm Tim McCoy, WTOV9 General Manager. This fall, we're adding 2 new exciting shows in WTOV9's afternoon lineup. News 9, live at 5 with Jim Forbes and Lisa Kick, followed by Seinfeld at 5:30. But don't worry about Ricky Lake and Oprah. They're staying. They're going to a new time, 1 hour earlier. It all starts Monday, September 11th. Ricky Lake at 3, Oprah at 4, News 9 live at 5, Seinfeld at 5:30, followed by News 9 at 6. This is the year to be on WTOV9.
Hi, I'm Joe Bellanti. Back in 1939, my father started J&D Waterproofing. Now, 3 generations later, my son and I carry on my father's traditions of pride in quality workmanship. Over the past 56 years, we have perfected the system for basement waterproofing, and we promise a dry basement or your money back for the lifetime of your house. Call 1-800-VERY-DRY for a free basement inspection with no obligation. Remember, that's 1-800-VERY-DRY.
Now open Caddis Ace Hardware.
WTOV9 invites you to a fun-filled weekend at the Belmont County Fair, September 9th and 10th. Saturday night, see high-energy entertainer John Bresler at 7:30, followed by rising country music artist Ken Mellons at 8:30. And it's the Nationwide Demolition Derby Sunday at 2 p.m. A fun-filled weekend at the Belmont County Fairgrounds in St. Clairsville.
Now, back to Sports Friday on WTOV 9.
Now, welcome back to the show. And before we take a look at tonight's Major League Baseball highlights, Bill, let's preview the high school football action for tomorrow. We take a look at the board, and we've got tomorrow night at 7:30, Columbus McKinley at Steubenville Catholic Central. Now, Cameron will be at Bishop Donahue also tomorrow night at 7:30. Tomorrow afternoon at 12:30, Beaver Local will take on Bel Air. Elsewhere, Hayden City and Madonna, two 2-0 teams. This one will be a good one. They play at 7:30. And at 1:30 in Harrison County, it's Tusky Central and Conotton Valley. That game at 1:30. And yes, on Sunday, Sports Sunday with George Callis. Sunday at noon, the debut of the Call-In Live talk show right here on News 9. You can call and talk to George Callis.
Now, a guy we'll be talking about and talking with quite a bit coming up in the near future here on WTOV 9 Sports is Todd Severson. He joins us for the newsroom to catch us up on all the Major League Baseball highlights. The Indians, they were trying to clinch for the first time, I think, about 41 years, since Kevin Carter was a baby. Anyways, Todd, what's going on with Big League Baseball?
That's right, Bill. You know, this was a night a lot of Indians fans have been waiting a long time for. Could they do it? Let's hit the highlights right away. Indians fans give that man, the Iron Man, Cal Ripken, a standing ovation. Even the Indians players are in on the action as the Indians are trying to clinch, and things got off on a good start for the Indians as they hit Omar Vizquel, with the sac fly. Play at the plate? No play at the plate. That scores one. Later on, Eddie Murray with the base hit. Kenny Lofton would come around to score, as well as Carlos Barrierga. Made it 3-0 Indians. And the Indians fans could sense it, but Bobby Bonilla grounds into the double play, the 3-6-3 double play, scores a run, makes it 3-1. It's 3-2 going into the ninth inning, and this is the moment Indians fans have been waiting for a long time.
In the air, Tony at third, and this season of dreams has become a reality. Cleveland, you will have an October to remember.
Cleveland wins it 3-2. First time in, Bill, 54 years that Cleveland will be playing in the postseason. The last time, of course, they won the World Series. Finally, indeed. So there'll be some partying going on in Cleveland tonight, as well as at the Kevin Carter household, I bet. One team that is not going to go anywhere, you take a look at the highlights, is the Pittsburgh Pirates. They aren't going anywhere. That's the pitcher Ramon Martinez of the Dodgers with a double. Orlando Merced, not quite.
He scores 3-0. Dave.
That's 3-0. The Dodgers up.
Runner going, 2-2 pitch.
Later on, Eric Karros doubles in Chad Fonville. Makes it 6-zip Dodgers. We take a look at the score. It didn't get any prettier for the Pirates. 8-2, LA wins. The Cincinnati Reds, that's Ray Knight. He's sitting in for Davey Johnson, who's suspended. That is Dante Bouchette. And do you think he knew that was gone? That thing, he hit that thing to Omaha off Pete Shorrock. That made it 3-0 Rockies. But Reggie Sanders goes opposite field, gone.
And gone.
And that's why he decided to play tonight. When he hadn't.
And the Reds catch up. It's 3-2 Rockies.
Full count pitch. Hit hard to right field.
There's Branson, Jeff Branson. That's a long single off the wall. That scores Hal Morris. It's all tied up at 3. But as we take a look at the scoreboard, Andres Galarraga hits a grand slam in the bottom of the 7th as the Reds go down to defeat 10-5. That's it from the world of baseball. Bill and Don, back to you.
Thank you very much, Todd. Congratulations to all the Cleveland Indians who've been waiting since Kevin Carter was a baby.
A couple of years.
It's been a few years. And before we wrap things up, want to say thank you very much to the Indian Creek cheerleaders. Before the game of the week tonight, they gave me this sweatshirt. So as I show you this sweatshirt, we say good night, and we get ready for the game of the week between Indian Creek and Buckeye Local. Good night, everybody.
You've been watching Sports Friday, the Ohio Valley's best scores and highlight show. Brought to you by Ohio Valley Hospital, Wireless One, Physical Therapy Associates, Hubner Chevrolet, Swartz Homes Incorporated, your local GMC truck dealers, Convenient Food Mart, National City Bank, J&D Waterproofing, Unibank, and the Health Plan. Sports Friday is a presentation of News 9 Sports. News 9, follow the leader.
WTOV9's Game of the Week featuring Buckeye Local and Indian Creek, brought to you in part by Ohio Valley Hospital, Belmont Tech North, Gold Quarry and Turak, Fox Run Hospital, Kroger Food and Drug, Lenora's Cafeteria, the Health Plan, and new co-op stores.
Breaks it to the outside. He's going to go. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Big Red. Handoff. Parenzo. Touchdown, John Marshall. Nice call.
The Ohio Valley sports leader, WTOV9, presents the best in high school football. The OVAC WTOV9 High School Football Game of the Week.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the WTOV9 High School Football Game of the Week. This week coming to you from Indian Creek High School, where the Redskins of Indian Creek will take on the Buckeye Local Panthers. I'm Bill Phillips, along with the Coach Ty Fleming. And, Coach, you didn't make it through the door without getting tattooed. Let's show everybody what we're talking about there. There's a little tomahawk. What's going on with that?
Well, we walked in and the Indian Creek cheerleaders there jumped us, and you refused to do it because you're such a mean guy. So they turned to me, and I had to do it to keep them happy up here and keep Coach Sam happy. Coach Pooh, I'll make sure he doesn't see it tonight.
Well, I have to be objective right down the middle of the road. I can't be pulling for one team or the other. What are we going to look for from these two teams in this game of the week?
Well, what big thing we're going to look at is the size of Indian Creek. They're just going to try to jam that line of scrimmage. They're having an offensive line, defensive line out there. Bill's going to average about 260, 270. That's bigger than, we were talking the 49ers. Mm-hmm. But Coach Pope's going to have some tricks up his sleeve. We've seen him last year. He'll do some things that'll razzle-dazzle a little bit. Well, Coach Sam's is going to try to come out and pound the ball at him out there. Should be very interesting.
Last week, Indian Creek came up with a win. Buckeye Local was on the road in Week 1, and they lost. We'll find out if Indian Creek can go to 2-0, or we'll find out if Buckeye Local can get to 500. We'll be back with the opening kickoffs and the lineups right after this.
WTOV9's Game of the Week featuring Buckeye Local and Indian Creek, brought to you in part by Ohio Valley Hospital, Belmont Tech North, Gold Quarry and Turak, Fox Run Hospital, Kroger Food and Drug, Lenora's Cafeteria, the Health Plan, and new co-op stores.
Over 95,000 members strong, the Health Plan is the only locally run organization of its kind and keeps your dollars here at home. 94 cents of every dollar pays for your medical care. In other plans, as much as 17% goes to administrative overhead and to satisfy stockholders. More than 600 companies have selected Health Plan benefits for their employees. The Health Plan, with you yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
No matter what career choice you wish to train for, Belmont Technical College can help you take the first step.
I chose Belmont Indian Food Mart on Lover's Lane, says good luck Indian Creek Redskins.
And welcome back to the WTOV9 High School Football Game of the Week. Buckeye Local Panthers, Indian Creek Redskins, week number 2 for both of these teams. Indian Creek comes in 1-0. They're at home, and Buckeye Local comes in 0-1 off of a tough road loss at the hands of Youngstown Boardman. And I'm Bill Phillips, along with the coach, Ty Fleming. Down on the sideline, we'll welcome her in it's Leah Hegner. Leah?
Thanks a lot, Bill and Ty. It's great to be here, and it looks like the weather is holding out for tonight's game. It clouded over a little bit, a few sprinkles earlier on, and the band even got out their rain gear probably for the first time this year. Great game. I'll be back to tell you more about what's happening here on the sidelines.
Thank you very much, Leah. Kickoff comes down to the 10-yard line of Indian Creek. Go across the 20, 25, 30. Still on his feet, now close to the 35-yard line, maybe even past it. It was number 40 for Indian Creek. Mark Whitaker on a fine return for the Redskins. Let's take a quick look at the Redskins offense. And we start with Scott Young, the quarterback. He's wearing number 15. And he will get the nod. Small, minor, your backs, along with Beatty and Brown. And we take a look at the offensive line. It is big all the way across. Pick out any guy. Huge. They're going to look to make some holes in the Buckeye local defense. Young is not in. Quick snap, Small. A direct snap to Small. He gets to the corner and gets about 3 yards on the play. So they keep Young out of the ball game for the first play, coach, and go with a direct snap to the tailback.
The old single wing come out there. Very unusual. Some of our old timers sitting out there, and the fans may be used to it. We take a look here at the defense for Buckeye local, Bill.
Good defensive line. Wilt at a defensive end. They do a lot of damage. We go to the linebackers. Take a look at the linebacking core. And now to the defensive backs of Buckeye local. That's your defense. Those are your starters. We go back down to the field. 2nd down and 7, ball on the 37-yard line. Quarter number 1. We've just gotten started. Handoff. Minor bounces to the outside, and he is upended at the 41-yard line. Coming up quickly from his is Dave Cornish, the defensive back number 10 for the Buckeye local Panthers.
2 plays in a row for Cornish. We call his name a lot tonight, Bill, as he's moved in this year from his wide receiver spot last year, where he was one of the leading receivers for the Panthers, to the quarterback spot, plus being an excellent man in that secondary for him, bringing up down 3rd and 5 now from the 40 for Indian Creek.
Double tight end, wing to the far side. Young to pass, looks downfield, has a man wide open for a first down across the 50 and down close to the 41-yard line of Buckeye local, number 28 on the reception for Indian Creek. Joey Cower. Dave Cornish making the tackle for Buckeye local. We take a look at it again, Coach, and it's worked out nicely for Indian Creek.
Nothing but the old flood pattern, Bill. We talked in pregame right there with the short man, middle man, and the deep man there above there, and just going to let the quarterback pick out the open receiver and put it to him out there. And a real good job starting off here for Coach Sam, taking up down 1st and 10 from the Buckeye local 41.
Double wing, handoff to Minor. He scoots ahead for about 3, maybe 4, depending on the spot. But right now, Indian Creek, that big offensive line across the front, just doing a job, pushing their guys back.
Just shoving them. You know, that's the idea that Coach Sam wants to do. As we take a look at the replay here that's down, take a look at the size of those young men out there, Bill, in those Indian Creek uniforms. My goodness, they're absolutely huge out there. And they just want to just keep pounding and pounding and wearing this Panther ball club down as the game wears along.
2nd down and a short 5. Handoff Minor, breaks the first tackle and gets ahead for a couple. 3 Panthers in on the tackle.
Bringing up Bill now, 3rd down and 2 for Indian Creek from Buckeye local's 32-yard line. Excuse me, it's a 34-yard. They need to get to the 32-yard mark for the first down.
Anderson and Kioski credited with the tackles officially. 3rd and 2. It's a situation Indian Creek wants to be in all game long. Short yardage on 3rd down, but we have motion, and you can't miss it. That's big number 58, Art Pugh. He moved.
6'4", 280.
I told you can't miss him, Coach.
Oh, my.
He's a big guy. He was a question mark before this game started. He had banged up an ankle pretty good in practice, and they weren't sure if he was going to be able to go. Saw him in pregame in the gymnasium, and he had the ankle taped up, and he is giving it an opportunity to get out there and play. And right now, doing a good job with the offensive line other than that mental mistake. Getting a little anxious before the snap of the football. Brings up 3rd and 7 from the 39 for Indian Creek. Minor inside, and he will go for maybe a yard. 4 down territory?
Oh, yes. No, it's not for Sam. Excuse me. Coach Forsaglio right now is going to put the Panthers back in the hole and rely on his defense to pin the Panthers deep back. We'll take a look right here, see if we can pick up who trips him up right there. Not quite sure if it was 62 that came in there from the side and got a hand on him, and that would be Jim Runovich, one of the veterans back from last year. Or number 77 is also around to play, and that was Robert Polito. Shifting into the punt formation, dropping back deep to punt is Small.
Well, I'll tell you what, they come out some strange-looking formations to get into what they want to do. Kick from Small comes down to the 10-yard line. Cornish takes it at the 11. Cornish spins away from one tackler, still on his feet, and is taken down after a 4-yard gain on the return. It'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Panthers from their own 15-yard line.
Looks like Chris Supin, up number 21, really saved the day out there for Indian Creek, because it looked like if he could get one more step to that sideline, that they had a wall set up there for him. And that's one thing that Indian Creek does have the size, but I'm not quite sure about their speed out there, Bill.
Cornish stays in at quarterback. Wilton Bailey in the backfield along with your receivers. The offensive line, it's a pretty good one. The Buckeye locally can never accuse them of being down and having the cupboard bare. They had a tough first week against Boardman, but that's a team that a lot of people think can go a long way if they get into the playoffs. Handoff, that goes to big number 42.
Mike Wilt.
Mike Wilt on the carry. He goes for about 7 on the play. We'll call it 6, Coach. We'll call it 2nd down about 4.
That's the thing that, excuse us, we look at the defense, Bill, then we'll talk.
All right, that defensive line, not quite as big, but you're going to get some speed out of them. Linebackers, we take a look at the linebacking core. It's a good one. Defensive backs. And now back to action, 2nd down and 4, and handoff will be close.
Fumble on the play, Bill.
Nah, they got 3rd down right up there, Coach. Well,
okay,
officials have.
I thought the umpire was putting the ball going that way. It was just a hand going up. And all that Coach Pope right now is trying to do against that Indian Creek 4 defense out there is just bang into that gap, the natural gap out there that occurs between the defensive guard and the defensive end, and lead up through there with his fullback, or excuse me, with his halfback on the linebacker, and just try to run his fullback up there and pound at him, see what he can do with that damage early on.
Cornish on the option.
He's got
the football. He's gone. It's a foot race. Unless they can catch him, it'll be a touchdown. Flag down on the play. Cornish will go in for the score. The Buckeye local may be on top. Will they bring it down? They're waving it off, and I think they're going to bring it all the way back, Coach. There's a hanky down on the sideline. Great option, good blocking, but they will call it back. It's going to be a hold against Buckeye local. Ron Kovich, the head coach of Buckeye local, wants to know why. We take a look.
Top of the screen, Bill. Right there.
There's the hold.
Had his hands out on the jersey.
That's why that hole was so big.
No, that occurred after the hole. Look where
the hole was wide open.
Yeah, notice where the flag is. The flag's down here on the 37-yard line, and the line of scrimmage was back on the 24. So we're going to mark it off now from the spot, and that takes it back. And it looks like we have enough.
Still going to have a first down.
Enough for a first down.
Yeah, they should still have enough for a first down.
Haven't moved the change yet. We're waiting for the referee is yet to signal to the chain crew to move.
Now the official's a little confused right now. The chain gang is asking some questions. Now we're going to have to get this straightened out. But
the side judge is responsible for that chain crew there, realizes it, and he's coming in to have a conversation now.
Well, if it's from the spot of the foul, it should be a first down.
Definitely. Coach Pogue's out there on the field to make sure that they
he's got to be beside himself. He went from 6-0 up, back to having
third and short, third and 2 with the ball a yard past the first down mark. Figure that one out.
He's like, I got to get at least the first down out of this deal.
Well, the thing that has to put a little grin over there on Coach Pope's face, I know he's a little upset about the holding call to bring the play back.
is that right now they are moving the ball and creating some holes in that defense. Look at this, Bill. 11 men within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Handoff, off tackle, goes for a short gain. It'll bring up second down at about 9 on the carry. Number 41, that's Ben Bailey.
What are you going to call that defense tonight, Bill? A 4-7?
We could call 4-7, call 4-6. We could call it a...
No, 4-7 because there was nobody deeper than 5 yards from that line of scrimmage.
Just call it everybody in the box.
Everybody in the box, okay. Boy, oh boy, I tell you what, put a couple wide outs out there and do a little bit of audible on that line of scrimmage. Now they're back in a normal defense, so we'll have to see if that's a tendency on first down tonight for Indian Creek.
Cornish looking to throw. Backside pressure, goes downfield, has a man open, and it's caught at the 45. Foot race again. No flags this time, and oh no, he fell at the 8-yard line, stumbling. Horniak, Jim Horniak, number 20, he was into the end zone, and he just got a little bit too far ahead of his own stride, and coach tumbled down at the 8-yard line.
You take a look at this, folks. Little play action right here. You get pressure from the backside by big 85 Brown from Indian Creek, but he got the ball off in time. Cornish laid it out there. The DB back there played flat-footed, and Horniak just ran by him.
Now let's see who
makes this tackle. 20-yard line, 15.
Did he just get his stride ahead of himself a little bit too much?
He might have just had too much of a lane going there for him. So excited to get himself in the end zone.
There's another look at it.
First down and goal for the Panthers from the Indian Creek 8-yard line.
Panthers in business again. Ben Bailey on the carry inside the 5-yard line. And I'll tell you what, Indian Creek fortunate right now to have an opportunity to come up with a goal line stand possibly, because they've already given up a long run and a long touchdown pass, and it's still 0-0.
And we wonder if Coach Pogue there wonder if he snake bit tonight. This is an indication of things to come for him. But he'll take it if he can get the ball in the end zone right now.
4:30 to go, first quarter. Power I formation. Now they split and they move the power I over to the left side. Handoff, Bailey. He looks to leap into the end zone, but he doesn't quite get to the goal line. He's short by about a yard. It'll bring up third and goal from about the 1.
Nice
job. May even be closer than that, Coach.
Nice job by the offensive line there of Buckeye Local coming off the ball, Bill. You really see that their quickness is paying off right now. They're really beating Indian Creek to the snap right there. Looked a nice hole in there. He just happened to run into a pile. Got to have that head up, Bill, make that little slice move, and he's in the end zone. 3rd and 1 from inside the 1.
Do you get the wide side of the field? Do you go with power I, maybe run an option this way?
Yeah, I look for Pope. Just go ahead and pound it up in there. He's had success. He's reset. That's fine.
Handoff, second back through, and they're going to give it to him. Touchdown, Buckeye Local.
Give that one to the offensive line, Bill. Nice surge up there. There was no contact really made until he was on that goal line, so you got to give credit to the offensive line of Buckeye Local winning that battle of coming off the ball and shoving the red jerseys back into the end zone. As we take a look at it here, folks, to the left of your screen. 41, Ben Bailey right there. Look at the shove right into the end zone.
Ben Bailey on the touchdown for the Buckeye Local Panthers. 85-yard touchdown drive. Extra point up, and it is right down the middle and good. So with 3:39 to go, first quarter, Buckeye Local on top. 7-0 on the Ohio Valley Hospital scoreboard. We'll take a timeout, come back with more right after this.
Stop by Lenore's Cafeteria at the Hollywood Shopping Plaza for a pregame lunch or dinner special. You can park at Lenore's Cafeteria, enjoy a good, wholesome meal, and then just walk over to the game. We hope to see you before the game.
And now, the Coca-Cola Starlight Concert Calendar, brought to you by Coca-Cola Classic and Swartz Home Sales. Watch for further updates of the Coca-Cola Starlight Concert Calendar right here on WTOV 9. Brought to you by Swartz Home Sales and Coca-Cola Classic. Always rockin', always Coca-Cola.
Pro Hardware Yorkville bargains of the month. 60 yards of duct tape, $2.29 a roll, and a 3-pack of acrylic latex caulking, only $2.44 a pack.
At Oliver Pool and Spa, our in-stock winter pool covers are now 20% off. Only at Oliver Pool and Spa, Main Street, Wintersville.
Elect Joe Zellick and Elaine Long to the Buckeye Local Board of Education. Continue the process to maintain stability and confidence in the Buckeye Local School District. Vote Joe Zellick and Elaine Long.
When a lawyer offers me a free initial consultation, does that mean I only get one free visit?
Not all law firms are the same. Reputation, experience, a proven track record, these things are all important. An experienced law firm evaluates your case, returns your calls, answers your questions as many times as needed, for free. When choosing a lawyer, don't be afraid to ask questions. Make the right choice.
The right attorney can make a difference. Call Gold, Corey, and Turak at 845-9750.
Lenora's Cafeteria at the Hollywood Shopping Plaza has a deal for you. Bring your high school football game ticket stub into Lenora's Cafeteria and receive a discount off any entree. 1 ticket per customer.
And welcome back to the WTOV9 High School Football Game of the Week. Buckeye Local, Indian Creek, 7-0. Buckeye Local, they go 85 yards here in the first quarter. Ben Bailey, a 1-yard touchdown run. And really, a couple of times set up by long plays. It was Horniak with a long catch. He stumbled at the 8 and went down, but Buckeye Local capitalizes, and 7-0 after the extra point. Buckeye Local on top. Kick comes down, and it is back out across the 35-yard line. And for the second time tonight, Coach, a nice return from Mark Whitaker, number 40, and he's returned very well today.
Yes, they've started off both times in real good field position out there. And the first time, Bill, we saw they had a nice offensive drive going, had 3rd down and less than 2, and had a mental mistake on the line of scrimmage that backed them up and took them out of that position there to drive. Now it's up to the Redskins to see if they can get another drive going with 3:24 to go in the first quarter, starting off on their own 33-yard line. Look at this formation.
Break it off and go into a wing to the near side. Handoff goes to Small, stays on his feet, and he will go ahead for about 2 yards, and that's where Lamarck has scored progress, Coach. He'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
Nice job by the Buckeye Local Panthers there of gang tackling. They're really pursuing the ball well. A little counter action there in the backfield by Indian Creek trying to confuse the linebackers, but they stayed home real well and read it. As you take a look here, right there goes the fullback up. Little trap action right there. You see the trap being administered there in the backfield, but the white jerseys are waiting at home right there. And here comes number 42 in to lay the leather for the Panthers.
Mike Wilt.
Mike Wilt.
And off Minor, still on his feet. Good power running out across the 40, now to about the 42-yard line. He'll be about a yard and a half, 2 yards short of the first down, bring him 3rd and short. Now, I would imagine, Coach, with this type of offense, the big offensive lineman, not a big passing attack. You want to have those 3rd and short situations all game long.
All night long. That's the idea that, this is the old Woody Hayes philosophy out there. It's going to be 3 yards in a cloud of dust. And hope every once in a while that one of those 3-yarders turns into a 4-yard gain for him out there. Bringing out their big tight end here. David Brown had a real good game last week for him, 6'5", 225 senior.
Double wing. Whitaker comes in motion on the near side. Young's going to roll that way. They flood the zone, and they get the completion. They have the first down out to the 45-yard line. On the catch, number 32, Sean Beatty. Rick Matthews on the tackle, number 14 for Buckeye Local. Take a look at ground level. Coach sets up nicely.
Right there, you see the 3 receivers, those that we were talking about earlier, just putting their man right there along the line of scrimmage, and the guy about 5 or 6 yards down the field, and the guy 12 yards, and letting the quarterback just pick out the open man.
And off Minor, hole, and maybe could have bounced it out to the outside, Coach, but Minor type of kid that likes the contact and a straight-ahead runner, and that's where his bread and butter is. So he is stopped after a gain of about 3. It'll bring him 2nd down and 7. I'll tell you what, Indian Creek hasn't had a problem moving the ball.
Not at all. Not at all. And they really shouldn't tonight because of the size advantage. So they should be able to get a push there on the offensive line of scrimmage and create some room there for their backs to run up through there. As you just said, no, the back's going to have to do a little more running with their heads up and split off those guys' tails there and cut to the open seams.
Handoff, Whitaker, second man through. Good job. Fights off the initial hit and dives across the line of scrimmage for about 3. They'll spot it at the 47-yard line, and it'll bring up 3rd and about 3. And right now we go down to the one, the only, Leah Hegner.
I'm pretty sure you guys can hear me. I'm down here on the sidelines with the Buckeye local Panther cheerleaders. Guys, give them... These guys certainly pumped up for the team tonight, and they're ready to give another yell for the first touchdown. How do you guys think they'll do? Oh, pretty good so far. We got the first touchdown. We're on a roll. Back to you guys.
Now, next time, Bill, remember that when we go down to Leah to take the headphones away from her ears, and if she doesn't warn her, she's going to have the cheerleaders down in.
I'll tell you what, I love the cheerleaders, but man, every game I always forget because they get so loud and they're so enthusiastic, which is what they're supposed to do, but whew, we lose an eardrum in one of these games.
And while we were away,
Sean Beatty
on that flood pattern, just putting those 3 men out there and letting him, the quarterback, pick up his open receiver as the quarter runs out.
A quick first quarter, plenty of action here at Indian Creek High School. The Buckeye local Panthers on the Ohio Valley Hospital scoreboard lead it by a score of 7-0 right now. During this timeout, we're going to check in with some scores from around the valley on a busy Sports Friday night.
Kaufman's of downtown Wheeling is your formal wear headquarters. They've got over 5,000 long and short gowns in all the sizes, colors, and fabrics you want. So look your best for homecoming with Kaufman's of Wheeling.
The Citizens Banking Company of Wintersville is proud to be a supporter of the Indian Creek School District and the Wintersville community.
Best of luck to all area teams from the new M&M Hardware owners. M&M Hardware, Sunset Boulevard, Steubenville.
Hey, don't make me go car shopping, okay?
Let's get a root canal. Let's do our taxes again. Let's go visit your mother. Let's
eat some pickled eggs and warm the dog.
car shopping.
I don't say so.
Let's go to Mall Motors, Route 250, Caddis.
Where the only thing lower than the price is the pressure.
Mall Motors.
Mall Motors, Route 250, Caddis.
So very nice.
When you have questions about your health, we can answer them and get you the help you need. Call the professionals and talk to one of our registered nurses. Weekdays, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. We think you'll feel better the minute you hear our voice.
Hi again, everybody. I'm Bill Phillips of News 9 Sports. Let's take a look at what happened on a busy Sports Friday. Wheeling Park loses to the Weir Red Riders 14-7. Cleveland JFK loses big to Steubenville Big Red 44-12. More scores from around the valley. John Marshall 47-3 over the Parkersburg Patriots. We continue with the Caddis Cardinals 34-7 over the River Pilots. Claymont wins 23-20 over New Philadelphia. And Newark beats Zanesville 28-23. I'm Bill Phillips for News 9 Sports.
Yeah.
And welcome back to the WTOV9 High School Football Game of the Week. Ohio Valley Hospital scoreboard. Buckeye Local 7, Indian Creek nothing, but the Redskins on a drive right now. They have the ball 1st and 10 at the Buckeye Local 40-yard line. And, Coach, more of the same?
More of the same. You know, Coach Sams is going to keep pounding away in there and just keep running that flood pattern out there. And he's doing it by just giving different look formation-wise. There he goes again. He's open.
He's got his man open out across the 30 down to the 27-yard line. That's number 28 again for Indian Creek, Joe Cower.
Nothing fancy out there, Bill. That's the kind of pass patterns that have been seen on football fields for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Back when you played, the same thing was done. Just try to put more
40 or 50 years. Coach, I'm
more
even...
No, wait a minute. Oh, come on, Bill. Come on, Bill. Now, we all know better than that. We know you hit that 40 mark last week.
Okay. Rick Matthews on the tackle on the play, Coach. 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. And off goes to Small, bounces it to the corner. Good speed, still on his feet, and he'll be close to first down yardage.
Speaking of birthdays, Bill, did I see a birthday cake downstairs in the truck before the game?
They were trying to hide it, but there is a birthday, and it's a young lady that you have the privilege, I believe, of teaching in high school.
Yes, I'm afraid I did there.
Now she's producing the game.
I'm not going to tell you how many years ago it was. You might cut my mic off tonight if I tell you how many years ago it was I had her there in school. But probably a little birthday cake tonight down in Shady Side on Leona Avenue. Going to have some candles burn out, so if I hear the fire whistle go off, I know that the cake got lit up down there.
Oh, you're going to get us both in trouble, Coach. Everyone wondering who it is. We're not going to tell them. It's a mystery. Because she'll kill us if we tell everybody. Handoff goes to Minor. He was pushed back. Oh, it was Beatty on the carry. Pardon me.
Jim Runovich in there defensively for the Panthers, going to bring up down now 3rd and 3 from the 20-yard line.
Do you think Marianne would be upset if we told everyone it was her birthday tonight?
No, Marianne Petronic, I don't know if she... Yeah, she probably would. We better not say who it was.
So Marianne Petronic, we don't want to mention that.
No,
it's her birthday. Okay.
No, we better not.
Well, happy birthday anyways, Marianne. Oh, I think her mics were open, Coach. Full house backfield. Handoff goes to Small. Looks for some room. Still on his feet. Good balance drill.
Real
there.
nice
Always
job
down the
right
15-yard line. I know as a coach you'd love to see that because that goes back to day one of practice in double session.
And the kids always wonder why. And in Sam's Heaven's name, you have him running down the field and bending over, picking up grass in every other hand. But it pays off throughout the year every once in a while. And that's what you remind them on Monday or Saturday, depending on when Coach Sam has his film meetings with these kids. As the drill does pay off, bringing up first down from the 15-yard line as Indian Creek's trying to drive with 10:50 to go in the second quarter, tie this ball game up.
Minor, Small, and Beatty in the backfield. Beatty's your wing to the near side. Handoff, Minor looking for a block. Gets one from Small, but knifing through number 11 for Buckeye Local. Rich Betty making the stop as he came through. No one blocked him, and one-on-one, he was able to get to the corner and get there in time.
Good quickness there by Rich. Real smart tackling, as you'll see here. Watch him attack him nice and low down there and bring him down from the outside in right there. Try to get a wrap on him, but had good enough power in his forcer to take his feet out from underneath him. Loss of 2 yards, 2nd and 12.
Young, play action, backside pressure, gets rid of it in time, and he has a man down at the 10-yard line. I believe that's Cower again, number 28.
Every time they run that pattern right, Bill, it's been open. It's just so daggone hard to cover. They're going to have to try to bump off one of those receivers coming out of the backfield. If you take a look at it here, you see the pressure coming from behind, but he got the ball off in time. Nice job by Scott Young. He's done a real good job tonight to find the open receivers out there in those zones.
On the play, the coverage, Matt McCain.
And they got Scott listed at 6'5", Bill. I didn't realize that young man was that tall out there.
Look over that line of scrimmage. 3rd and about 5. Handoff, Minor breaks the tackle, still on his feet, and he'll have the first down at the 5-yard line, maybe even closer to the goal line. The Minor's shaking up a little bit on the play, Coach, getting up slowly. He's going to limp back to the huddle, so he took a pretty good shot, paid for it. That may be back from the shot that Petty put on him. He came in low and got him around the knee area.
Very much so. We'll take a look out here. Power to the left-hand side here. Right there was a missed tackle, and he just...
Ooh, think about the knee in the helmet.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He'll shake it off. He's not coming out of the ball game with the ball down here inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal from the 5-yard line.
Had that Zonka forearm going. Handoff. And it is straight ahead for a couple. Minor with maybe 2 on the play. We'll spot it down at the 3-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 3. Here, a big opportunity for Indian Creek. How important, Coach? Buckeye Local comes up with a score. They came up with a couple big plays called back. One doesn't go all the way in because the player stumbles a little bit, but they get the score. It's 7-0. You're at home. This is your big season. Everyone thinks big things from Indian Creek to get that score right back.
Well, for Indian Creek, it's not really critical because they are coming off a win last week. If they were coming off a loss, it would be a critical situation. Little
Handoff.
counter action.
Whitaker, he's going to be short. I don't think he got in. He'll be short by about the length of the football. It'll bring up 3rd and goal from inside the 1.
Little cross-buck action back in there. Bill faking Minor up to the right-hand side. We'll see here number 34, the fullback, going to the right-hand side there. And here comes that crossing back underneath him there. Number 40 just diving in there, as you saw, folks. He landed on the 1 foot line.
I believe it was Runovich with the tackle.
3rd and 1 with 8 minutes to go in the second quarter.
This crowd is into it with 8 minutes to go, as Coach said, in the second quarter of play. Full house backfield. Handoff, Minor, touchdown, Indian Creek. Take a look at it again, Coach. Sorry about that.
That's all right, again, and just watch the surge out of offensive line there, Bill.
Big number, 77.
Wow.
Alex Hanlon.
6'3", 280.
He took his man and shoved him about 3 yards back into the end zone. And Minor, a huge hole to run through.
Baker open.
Have a man open. 8-7, Indian Creek.
Number 39 on receiving end of that was Sean Gajic. And the holder, I believe, was Scott Young, the quarterback. Take a look at it right here. Just jumped right up, and believe me, there was some missed assignments there because they had 2 men open, and those men normally are covered man-to-man by somebody unless there was a full block on.
Right now, we're going to take a timeout. We'll come back with the kickoff. Indian Creek comes back and grabs the lead with 7:53 to go in the second quarter on the Ohio Valley Hospital scoreboard. 8-7, Indian Creek.
WTOV9's Game of the Week featuring Buckeye Local and Indian Creek, brought to you in part by Ohio Valley Hospital, Belmont Tech North, Gold Quarry and Turak, Fox Run Hospital, Kroger Food and Drug, Lenora's Cafeteria, The Health Plan, and new co-op stores.
Kenny Davis, the king of wings at Convenient Food Mart on Lover's Lane, says good luck, Indian Creek Redskins.
WTOV9 and Fox Run Hospital are proud to recognize outstanding students at Indian Creek High School. This week we salute Julie Zorney, National Honor Society and Yearbook Co-Editor; Melissa Stackhouse, Teen Institute and National Honor Society; Robert Mackey, Indian Creek Scholar Program and Buckeye Boys State Delegate; Jamie Rock, Varsity Cheerleading Captain and National Honor Society; Carrie Buckmelder, National Young Leaders Conference Candidate and National Honor Society. WTOV9 and Fox Run Hospital salute all the students at Indian Creek High School.
Parents may be devastated or relieved by a divorce, but usually children are scared and confused by the way that the parents' separation may affect them. Divorce can be misunderstood by children unless the parents explain what is happening and how it will affect them. If your child displays a loss of motivation, sleeps too little or too much, or is behaving unusually, it could be a sign of a more serious problem. For more information on children and divorce, call Fox Run Hospital, 1-800-245-2131.
And now, the Coca-Cola Star Lake Concert Calendar, brought to you by Coca-Cola Classic and Schwartz Home Sales. Watch for further updates of the Coca-Cola Star Lake Concert Calendar right here on WTOV 9. Brought to you by Schwartz Home Sales and Coca-Cola Classic. Always rockin', always Coca-Cola.
For a limited time only, Lazy Boy Showcase Shop and Cooey Benz Company present the National Lazy Boy Savings Spectacular. An exciting opportunity and spectacular savings on best-selling genuine Lazy Boy recliners and reclining sofas in tough-tested, 2-year wear-dated fabrics. Choose this recliner rest recliner, now $2.99. This chaise recliner, $3.99. Or this chaise recliner, $4.99. These reclining sofas, your choice, $7.99. Don't miss this incredible National Lazy Boy Savings Spectacular at the Lazy Boy Showcase Shop and Cooey Benz Company, Steubenville and Wheeling.
COV9 high school football game of the week. 8-7, Indian Creek. They go on a long drive, coach, and answer the Buckeye local Panthers score. And they take a 1-point lead with a 2-point conversion.
Because what we've seen tonight, Bill, is that Indian Creek can move the ball up and down the ball field. And with 7:53 to go now, Buckeye Local can get their second chance. The ball's inside the 5-yard line, being returned there by number 41, Ben Bailey. And he is brought down by a host of Redskins on about the 22-yard line with 7:46 to go. Buckeye Local now gets their second chance. Take a look at the kickoff here. Ben kind of fumbles the ball there, and his blocker gets away from him. Watch the red jerseys appear here, Bill.
Ben's going to be thinking, where is everybody?
They were all about 10 yards further up the field blocking for him.
1st and 10 for Buckeye Local. Ball spotted at their own 21-yard line. They trail by a point. Hand off to Bailey. He goes for about a yard on the play. And 2nd down and 9 for the Panthers.
Notice they're on 1st down. Bill, the Buckeye come out in a kind of a spread formation for them. They had twins to the wide side of the field. We put into the bottom of the screen here. And Indian Creek really didn't adjust much to it out there. They had a single defensive back covering the twins out there. And they're just staying jammed on the line of scrimmage. That could be one way that Coach Publish could combat them, pitting 11 men that line of scrimmage out there by spreading them out there and making Buckeye go outside with the ball. Here we go.
Option. Cornish holds on to it. He goes nowhere. Stopped in the backfield.
Number 44.
Boyack with his stop, number 44.
Right there we see the fake under the fullback, and he just took on the lead block right there of the offensive guard and defeated him and really threw a jam in the play and bringing up 3rd and 11. Cornish had no chance to get to that outside to run that option on this play. So let's see what he comes up with in his bag of tricks now. Reverse. No.
Hand off again. It goes nowhere. Flag on the play. 3 Redskins there right away to meet the play. Corey Thompson, he was in on the tackle, the play previously. He was in on this one as well. Motion penalty against the Panthers on 3rd down.
Nice game out there by the Panthers in that play. The only thing is that the only person that fell for it in the stadium was probably me. They folded an offensive guard out there and brought the slot back around on the reverse. But the old sucker trap out there didn't work. Indian Creek stayed right at home and jammed the ball up inside, bringing up 4th down and 11 now with 6:13 to go. So Indian Creek's going to have plenty of time, Bill, and should get the ball around the midfield mark to go on in for another score possibly before half.
And they have moved the ball very well. High snap, a kick, a wobbler off the side of the punter's foot. It goes out of bounds at midfield, right about the 49-yard line of Indian Creek. Well, right now we go down to Leah Hegner. Go ahead, Leah.
Thanks a lot, Bill and Ty. We're back. It's 8-7 on the Ohio Valley Hospital scoreboard for Indian Creek. I'm here with the cheerleaders and some of their good luck charms right now. It's this tomahawk they have. Can you tell me what that is?
It's called a cheek chair. We put it on just to support the team and just
sure. It seems to be working so far. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Leah. We can put our headsets back on.
Yes.
Have to be careful. Hand off, Minor. Off of one tackler, now to about the 45-yard line. And Coach me said we'd take it easy on Leah, but she is a rookie in tonight's game.
Yes.
Out here down on the sideline for the first time this year. Leah, how do you like it down there? How's everything going?
It's going pretty well, though. Look at these guys. I can hardly get by them. They're ready to get in my way, stand in my way, just like they are with Buckeye Local.
Just kind of put an elbow out there and hit him gently. That's a girl.
So she's going to be trying to grab the coaches at halftime, find out what they're thinking. That halftime, believe it or not, Coach, is only 5 minutes and 29 seconds away. Good ball game, 8-7, quick moving. Minor on the carry on 2nd down. He's out close to 1st down yardage again, and I think he has a 1st down by about 1.5 feet.
Yes, that was the identical play that we saw run on 1st down, and it picked up 5 yards. This time it's picking up 6 yards. They just have a single back in there with double wings, and you take a look at Minor here, you'll see him taking a false step to the right-hand side there, and he's coming back on the left-hand side. Nice trap block there. Let's see who that offensive man was there, but he's making the block there on number 61. Doug Anderson of the Panthers, and Minor just running right up inside the hole. 2 down, 11 yards. That's what all he wants all night long. Here it is, same formation, Bill.
And off Minor. He's straight ahead, and he is out close to the 32-yard line. Takes a pretty good shot. And Betty gets the tackle, or credited with the tackle.
Coach Sam feels you didn't stop it one time, you didn't stop it for the second time. How about the third time? And nothing was done. Number 61 was taken out. But take a look at the hole there. My goodness.
Coach, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking Washington Redskins. Big offensive line. John Riggins, step misdirection, goes through the huge hole. That's all they've done.
That's all they've done.
It's the same play.
Yes, it is. It's all about Riggins back there. Here comes a blitz from that defensive end to take that play away. And this time, a little different play, trying to run his power. But that's the way you're going to defeat that big offensive people out there, is by having your quickness beat them to the inside.
It's appropriate. We're talking about the Redskins and the Redskins.
Yes, yes.
Riggins, he's a Hall of Famer, Coach. Just a little misdirection step, and he's gone in that hole.
Take a look at it right here.
Not this time.
Not this time right there. The lead back had a bad step. He was going directly for him. He's got to make his lead step going toward the tackle and have a kick-out angle at him out there.
Biggest problem is Doug Anderson, number 61 for Buckeye Local, shot a gap, and he was in the backfield in a heartbeat. Here's Young, flooding the zone again as the Redskins, and the pass is incomplete, knocked away. Dave Cornish, good coverage on the play. And Young threw it really the only spot he could without it getting intercepted, threw it low. And if his receiver didn't catch it, no one was going to catch it.
Yeah, but that's the first time tonight, Bill, that the 3 red shirts, they get out there clean. They get jammed up along the line of scoring, which is perfectly legal, is to bump them people, because you could think they're blockers coming at you. And he didn't have the 3 receivers to pick from out there. Made a big difference. And Cornish, as you recall last year, Bill, was one of the top interception people in the state of Ohio.
Take a look here. It looks like Young's going to go shotgun.
4th down.
4th and 5 officially on the 35-yard line. Out of the gun. Young rolls.
Look how open he is.
Oh, has he got a man wide open? He has a first down. Beatty on the reception. Sean Beatty, all 5'10", 155 pounds of the senior, hauls it in. He is off to a pretty good game tonight.
You've been calling his name all night long. Cliff Hepburn for the Panthers going to put some pressure here on big number 15, Scott Young, but he picks up the open receiver and lays it right out there to him, a little bit behind him, but enough for the first down. 3:29 to go in the half. Ball down on the Panthers' 25-yard line. Indian Creek's knocking on the door.
They call him Slinging Sam. Right now, it's just Running Sam.
Running Sam. Slinging Sam, his old days at Stephenville Central's quarterback.
Handoff, Minor, straight ahead, across the 20-yard line, down to about the 18.
Tell you, Minor's a hard-running fullback, Bill, out there at 6'2", 215. He's a load.
And he is having a good game.
There's your Larry Zonka type young man.
There you go. See if he gets that forearm out there. There it is.
There it is.
The Zonka forearm.
Protect the football, plus shed off some blocker or tacklers at the same time. Nice looking specimen.
Yep.
Again, Bill, double tight, double wing, single back.
2:46 to go in the first half. Small goes in motion. Handoff, Minor coming through quickly. Number 42, Mike Wilt from Buckeye Local, makes a nice stop. I don't know if he got any type of gain on that one, Coach. Well, maybe a foot. They moved the chain about a foot.
3rd and 3 down here for Sam, and he
might run out. He can run out the clock.
Oh yeah, he's
first down
very, very easily, and really put Buckeye in the hole going down in the halftime down by another score here.
Young comes up to the line. 2:08 to go, first half. Same formation, double wing, handoff, Minor. And another great play by Doug Anderson. He went in, got through, and got a big hand on Minor, tripped him up. And will bring up 4th and short for the Redskins.
Doug Anderson, you'll see here, number 61, Bill, we've been talking about. After they ran that play earlier there twice, he got taken out. He was out for one play and came right back in. And the defensive coordinator over there was Blair Closser, so Blair probably got in the ear pretty good and told him what he wanted done over there on that type of play, and he's been doing it pretty well ever since.
Well, Coach, we've got a busy weekend on WTOV now. Let's take a look at what's coming up Saturday afternoon. College football doubleheader. Texas Tech at Penn State. Notre Dame at Purdue, and all of a sudden, after that Notre Dame loss against Northwestern, Purdue's looking like a pretty good team that Notre Dame's going to have to reckon with as they came off a big win against West Virginia.
Went into Morgantown and came out with the win, even though it was by a missed kick, but still a win's a win, and Notre Dame has to be talking to themselves, wondering what happened against that Northwestern ball club.
Should be interesting. That all starts at noon. Then the Bill Cowher Show, all the Steeler fans out there, anyone interested in pro football, if you want to get up Sunday morning to 5:30, you can catch Coach Cowher talking about his team. And you can also put it on your VCR, and you can get up at a more reasonable hour and check out Coach Cowher.
Have any type of speed, interested in playing cornerback in the
they need somebody.
NFL, you might give them a call there on this show because they're searching right now.
And someone that's going to be very interested in what the Steelers and Browns do each and every week. It's the premiere of News 9 Sports Sunday with George Kellis. It's a call-in show. You call up, talk about the high school football games from the previous few days. You talk about the Steelers and Browns. Talk about Ohio State, West Virginia, anything you want to in the world of sports. George will be there and ready to talk about it. And then on Sunday, it's the Steelers in Houston, Denver, and Dallas. That all starts at 12:30. It's a big weekend on WTOB 9. Now it's Young rolling, has a man in the end zone, and it's tipped. Cornish at the last second gets his left hand on it as he reached up behind him and just deflected it away. I believe the keeper was Beatty.
Yes, and Scott Young there, Coach Sam's having a little talk with him. I think he might have got a little greedy because he had an open receiver there on the 5-yard line right there.
He puts it there one-on-one. That might be a touch too.
Yes. But, it's early in the season out there. 1:24 to go. Looks like that the Panthers going to have a chance here to do something, see if they can, break another one loose.
We're a minute 24 away from the half. One of the problems I think a lot of teams may have with Indian Creek, come the fourth quarter, it's a big line laying on you all game long. You can run out of gas. Whoa, a big hole. Here comes Ben Bailey, number 41, all the way out to the 39-yard line. Got through there so quick, Coach, I wasn't able to remember his name. He's out to the 39-yard line, and all of a sudden, with a minute 17 to go, the Buckeye Local putting themselves in a position to possibly get in for a score.
They did take a look here at the Red Sea opening up, Bill. He come through there untouched.
All the way down to the 39-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Cornish looks the other way, hangs it up. No one's home. The only one home was a defensive back for the Indian Creek Redskins. Goes by number 17, Jeremy Stacy.
Yes, that ball was trying to be thrown out to Ben Bailey. And Ben Bailey, Bill, I think might be looking on a win. He was out there playing defense, pounding himself out. Had that long run there, and he had to go powder up that sideline. And I just don't think he had the fuel in his body to go up that sideline on that play.
Coach, I'll tell you what, it is a packed house, and at halftime, they're going to be entertained by two outstanding marching bands, Indian Creek and Buckeye Local. And if you're at home catching this one, you weren't able to get out the game night, you can see them too. So we're going to have the bands coming up at halftime. Don't go away. A lot going on at halftime here on the game of the week. Cornish looking to pass again. This time he has a receiver across midfield. And down to the 42-yard line. That's number 42 on the catch, Mike Wilk. He's down at the 42. Clock stops as they move the chains with 54 seconds to go. Buckeye Local putting a nice drive together, Coach.
Yes, this is the same play that we saw earlier, except this time they went to the tight end on the pop pass. The secondary is dropping back and deep, and that tight end came out there clean. Down to the 42-yard line, 45 seconds and counting. Buckeye's going to have to get moving out of that huddle a little quicker.
Bailey splits wide to the left side, and he is guarded there one-on-one with Stacy. Cornish drops the football. The ball's on the ground. No indication other than Redskins pointing that they have it.
The Redskins
and indeed they do. They come up with it, so Buckeye Local shoots themselves in the foot as they were putting a nice drive together in the final couple of seconds of this half. But the Redskins come up with a turnover. And they may just try to run this one out, Coach.
Yes, they will. We'll see right here.
Looked like a pretty good snap. I think Cornish may just pulled out of there without the football.
That looked like number 14 in there, quarterback, Bill. Is that Rick Matthews? That might have been Rick Matthews. Not sure.
Maybe we can take another look at that after this play.
It was Matthews.
We're being told by the director of tonight's game, Dean Marini, that it was Rick Matthews.
Dean is on the ball downstairs.
Hand off, small, big hole. He's in the secondary, and he trips at midfield. Ball squirts loose, but he'll be down by contact at the 45-yard line with 7 seconds to go, and I think he got some happy feet there as he thought, hey, I'm off to the races on this one.
And take a look out here as Coach Sam's going to call timeout with 7 seconds to go. And we'll see Sean Small right here going through the line of scrimmage, and he sees that sideline wide open.
Just slipped on the turf. They may be a little bit wet. We had a few sprinkles before the game, but
plus he's in that paint area too, Bill.
Yep.
So with 7 seconds go in the half here, we'll see if
hang one up.
He may have his Hail Mary play in here, put the receivers out here, and just throw the ball deep and see if they worked on it much. That's something that people we don't realize. That, you got to work on that weekly, that Hail Mary drill out there, and that's to put your 3 receivers out there and slip one guy behind where the 2 other receivers are and have them try to go up there. And the job is not to catch the football, but to do the tipping down there. It's the way we always ran it. Picked that up off of BC years ago, that's how they ran their drill on that play. Just throw it up there and have your 2 men not catch it, but try to tip it on further down the field into the end zone.
Well, they're going to send 3 out to the Buckeye local side of the field. Coach Fornsaglia walking backwards towards the sideline. 7 seconds to go. Coach Poblish doing the same on the Buckeye local side. 1st and 10 from the 46 of Buckeye local for Indian Creek. Shotgun Young. Flag on the play and whistle dead. So I think it's going to be against Indian Creek, Coach. We'll wait and see.
I would guess a little bit of somebody out there was moving a little bit too quick. Yes.
Motion penalty against Indian Creek. Four seconds to go. Just run it, run out the clock.
No, go ahead and throw it up again. Yeah. What the official, he knows the referee's coming to the sideline here. He's going to talk to the box up here and try to see if they can put the 7 seconds back on the clock. Is there any...
Coach Fleming's going to take care of it right here with his headset on. Well, they're going to work on it. Coach has everybody scurrying around the press box. Coach forgot he had the headsets on.
With the play being blown dead there, the clock should not have started. So they're going to try to reset it there. That makes them happy.
Coach, thank you very much.
Okay, you learn on years on the sideline to keep an eye on that clock.
The only problem is, Coach, with the amount of times you've been fooled tonight, what they're running, I think Shadyside should be happy that you're up here with me.
They are.
Now he's going to count it. Clock rolls down. 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. And we have reached halftime with Indian Creek on top of Buckeye local by a score of 8-7. Leah Hegner down on the field. She's going to try and grab one of the coaches as they head off as the bands get ready to set up, Coach. And again, fooled. You thought they were going to hang one up to Hail Mary, but they down it and just run out the clock.
Well, when he was going to run it there before the penalty, I didn't see why he would change his mind. But Sling and Sam's on that sideline long enough, and maybe Leah can ask him down there why he made a change. But he's going to be happy taking the lead at 8-7. Leah, what's Coach got to say?
You got to be happy right now.
Well, I'm real happy, especially since you're here and they didn't send me George. And a pretty announcer.
Well, thanks a lot, Coach. But let's get back to the game. You pulled it up here, 8-7 going into the half. What are you going to tell them?
Well, it's just we're going to start 0-0, and we can end like this. It'd be great. We're going to keep it wide open and keep throwing the ball, and they're bunching us up and trying to take our run away from us. So.
Okay, well, good luck. You look awfully calm out here on the sidelines.
Well, when you get my age, it's hard to get up for anything.
Thanks, Leah. Coach. Thanks, Leah. Coach is happy indeed. 8-7 lead, and Buckeye local on top by a point on a 2-point conversion. The difference in this one so far. As we get ready for halftime, we're going to take a timeout. We'll come back with the marching bands on the Ohio Valley Hospital scoreboard. Buckeye local 7, Indian Creek 8. We're back with the bands right after this.
Stop by Lenore's Cafeteria at the Hollywood Shopping Plaza for a pregame lunch or dinner special. You can park at Lenore's Cafeteria, enjoy a good, wholesome meal, and then just walk over to the game. We hope to see you before the game.
The Social Security system is designed to help you if you're disabled. But if you've ever tried to collect Social Security disability, you know how frustrating it can be. Call a law firm that can help you with your Social Security problems. If you've made a claim and been turned down on your initial request or reconsideration, call this number. An experienced law firm may be able to help you.
The right attorney can make a difference. Call Gold, Corey, and Turak at 845-9750.
The Health Plan, 95,000 members strong, is far and away the largest HMO in the tri-state area. It's one of the most financially solvent HMOs in America and not for profit. Any surplus of money is retained in a reserve fund to be used only for future claims by our subscribers. The government recently conducted a survey and found the health plan to be among the top 16% in the nation for customer satisfaction. The Health Plan, with you yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
No matter what career choice you wish to train for, Belmont Technical College can help you take the first step.
I chose Belmont Technical College because it was a short distance from home. They have a lot of opportunities offered there.
My unemployment had run out, and I needed to look for another occupation, and so I looked towards Belmont Technical School Near Center.
And Belmont Tech seems to offer several different degrees.
Call us today.
Lenora's Cafeteria at the Hollywood Shopping Plaza has a deal for you. Bring your high school football game ticket stub into Lenora's Cafeteria and receive a discount off any entree. 1 ticket per customer.
And welcome back to the WTOV9 High School Football Game of the Week. Buckeye Local 7, Indian Creek 8. Scoring comes, an 85-yard drive for Buckeye Local. Open the scoring. Ben Bailey scores from a yard out, 7-0 after the extra point. 65-yard drive for the Indian Creek Redskins. Minor, a 1-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion was good. That makes it 8-7. Right now we go down the field for the marching Buckeye Local Panthers. All right, now we take the time out on the Ohio Valley Hospital scoreboard. 8-7, Redskins on top.
The new Co-op store has 7 convenient locations to serve you better with a full line of groceries, meats, and produce, plus a hardware department in the Dillonvale location only. Save on these specials September 11th through the 17th. Ragu spaghetti sauce, 28 to 30-ounce jars, 2 for $3. All-purpose red potatoes, 5-pound bags, just $1.19. And Park Farm split chicken breast, only $1.39 a pound. Save the new Co-op way with 7 convenient locations. There's one near you.
Hey, don't make me go car shopping, okay?
Let's get a root canal. Let's
Do our taxes again. Let's
go visit your mother.
let's eat some pickled eggs and warm the dog.
Car shopping?
I don't say so.
Let's go to Mall Motors, Route 250, Caddis.
Where the only thing lower than the price is the pressure.
Mall Motors.
Mall Motors, Route 250, Caddis.
So very nice.
Now that's a spicy meatball. For the best meatball sandwich in the southern end of Jefferson County, visit Pino's Convenient Food Mart in Brilliant, Ohio.
Forrester's Nursing Home on Canton Road in Wintersville is a proud supporter of the Indian Creek School District. Let's go Redskins!
Take advantage of weekday special 18 holes in cart, just $22. Also, call about 1996 memberships, all at Blackmore.
At Keister Implement Company in Bloomingdale, Ohio, versatility is our goal with our John Deere compact utility tractors. Not only do these John Deere tractors range from 18 to 38 horsepower, but also are versatile enough so you can add the attachments you need, like mower decks, loaders, tillers, blades, and much, much more. Plus, the compact utility tractors come with a 2-year warranty, free delivery and setup, and low-rate financing is available. So stop into Keister Implement Company today.
Keister Implement, we know what's right to you.
And welcome back to the WTOV9 High School Football Game of the Week. At the half, the Indian Creek Redskins lead the Buckeye Local Panthers by a score of 8-7. Right now we go down to the field for a look at the marching band from Indian Creek, the Marching Redskins.
old traditional American folk song Midnight Special, featuring our dance line instructed by Lisa Soul Dance, and a special brass ensemble made up of members of the marching band, Kelly Brannigan, Mike Day, Sarah Young, Michelle John, Mike Wells, Sergeant Diner. Midnight Special.
The Indian Creek Redskin Marching Band. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back with second half action right after this. Indian Creek leads you over the Buckeye Local Panthers on the Ohio Valley Hospital scoreboard, 8-7.
Kaufman's of downtown Wheeling is your formal wear headquarters. They've got over 5,000 long and short gowns in all the sizes, colors, and fabrics you want. So look your best for homecoming with Kaufman's of Wheeling.
And now, the Coca-Cola Star Lake Concert Calendar, brought to you by Coca-Cola Classic and Swartz Home Sales. Watch for further updates of the Coca-Cola Star Lake Concert Calendar right here on WTOV 9. Brought to you by Swartz Home Sales and Coca-Cola Classic. Always rockin', always Coca-Cola.
WTOV 9 and Fox Run Hospital are proud to recognize outstanding students at Buckeye Local High School. This week we salute Bernie Savarese, National Honor Society President and varsity basketball. Jessica Ford, 3-sport letter winner and National Honor Society. Eric Black, 3-year letterman, cross-country and National Honor Society. David Cornish, varsity football and National Honor Society. Aaron Winden, Pantherette Drill Team and National Honor Society. WTOV 9 and Fox Run Hospital salute all the students at Buckeye Local High School.
Do any of these sound familiar to you? My child is a master of manipulation.
He has absolutely no interest in school.
Everything we've tried has failed.
For a limited time, Fox Run Hospital will offer Kids at Risk, a professional consultation covering behavioral, emotional problems, as well as educational issues at no charge. If you feel your child is at risk, you may schedule an appointment by calling Fox Run Hospital at 1-800-245-2131.
The Citizens Banking Company of Wintersville is proud to be a supporter of the Indian Creek School District and the Wintersville community.
Best of luck to all area teams from the new M&M Hardware owners. M&M Hardware, Sunset Boulevard, Steubenville.
We're back at the game of the week, 8-7 Indian Creek. We go down to the field for Leah and Coach Povlish. Leah?
Well, Bill and Ty, I got a quick second with the coach. How do you think you'll do coming out second half?
Well, it's going to be a battle on our hands. It's going to come down to about the last 3 minutes. Our kids have played hard the first half. They're ready to go to second half, so we're looking forward to a great football game.
Okay, thanks, Coach. Buckeye Local, back to you guys up there.
Thank you very much, Leah. Coach Povlish, and very focused right now on what he needs to do in the second half. And, Coach, what does he need to do in the second half?
He needs to somehow try to stop Indian Creek from just dominating the clock. You know, he just not have time enough in that football field with his offense out there. And that's the job of the second half. What kind of adjustments he made in there, try to take away some of the big offensive linemen, get his guys in the gas like we saw at different times. Slant people went through there. The big adjustments Bill that we made in that secondary there, try to take away that flood pattern out through there by bumping up that short receiver so that secondary out there only has 2 men to cover in that quarterback and drop back a little bit and take that guy in that 7-yard area and then come up if that back does slip out short along that line of scrimmage. They're leaving that middle man open every daggone time. They got to take him out of the ball game.
Now, before we talk about Indian Creek and what they have to do to come up with a win here in the second half, we'll take a look ahead at what's coming up next week on the game of the week, and it should be a good one, a rivalry downriver. River Pilots, Magnolia Blue Eagles. Right now, Blue Eagles struggling a little bit after their first 2 weeks of the season, and the River Pilots got off to a pretty good start in their first game, so that one should be a dandy as usual. Friday at 11:45 next week following Sports Friday. River and Magnolia, the game of the week. Now there's the coach, Sam Forsaglio, is talking to one of his players. And, Coach, what does Indian Creek have to do? What is Coach Forsaglio going to do in the second half to continue this? I would imagine just keep pounding him.
He's not going to make any changes at all. Right now, that he is satisfied with what he's done in that first half. He's controlled the ball. The thing he's got to make sure defensively is that he makes a couple adjustments out there to take away the quick strike that Buckeye Local's been able to do against him. We saw there that he made a good adjustment there on the second series there by blitzing his defensive end and take away the option game out there. It's a matter of whether his defensive coaches upstairs could pick up the time whenever they're going to bring that end in there and take that option game away. and get his linebackers king in there to pick up that back coming through there. Bailey's come through there a couple times wide open.
Well, Coach, we look down at the field right now at midfield, and the captain's going over what's going to happen. Buckeye Local deferred for the second half, so they'll get the football to start the second half of play. But if you look at the Indian Creek players, Sean Small is not a small player, 6'2", 190 pounds, but he is dwarfed by Corey Thompson and Art Pugh as linemen. Right there, those two players, 590 pounds combined. It's Pugh at 6'4", 280, Thompson at 6'4", 310. They're both seniors, and I think the big key, Coach, come fourth quarter, how are the Panthers going to be feeling after 3 quarters of having these big guys that go all about 300 pounds just laying on them and beating on them?
This is what they ran into last week with Boardman. That the second half, the size of Boardman just wore them out there. But the thing that Boardman had that I'm not quite sure that Indian Creek does have, and that is the speed. Boardman had the outside speed. They were pounding him inside, plus breaking the speed outside. Indian Creek doesn't have, I don't think, quite the speed that Boardman had to get outside on him, so he might be able to make some adjustments and take away that inside game of Indian Creek in this second half.
First week for Indian Creek, they took on Carrollton. From what I understand from that game, Indian Creek just pounded. Just pounded them, and Carrollton was finally wore out by the end of the game.
Well, next week, Weirton, following week, St. C, Beaver Local, Meadowbrook, and so on down the Indian Creek schedule. They're going to see the same thing week in and week out, with just these big people trying to pound them on that line of scrimmage.
Kickoff, end over end, goes all the way down to the 5-yard line. Good kick. Bailey has trouble with it, picks it up. He's across the 10, 15, cuts it up, and he'll be stopped at the 15-yard line by 5 or 6. Indian Creek Redskins, so Buckeye Local will take over their first possession of the second half. They will start at their own 15-yard line.
Just like a instant replay of the last kickoff, we saw Bailey pump the kick down there, and what that does, Bill, really throws off the timing with your blockers out there. The blockers are dropping back into their blocking zones, watching that ball, and as soon as they see where that ball was going, then they're turning, go upfield and blocking. And there's a big space that when that occurs on that drop ball down there that allows the defenders to get in behind those blockers.
Clay Stewart, a fine kick on the kickoff, driving Bailey all the way back to the 5-yard line. Handoff straight ahead and stumbling out across the 25-yard line for a first down. Big number 42 for Buckeye Local, Mike Wilt, as he comes up with first down yardage. And if we go back to the first half, Coach, 85 yards, the first scoring drive for Buckeye Local.
Yes, right here. Take a look out here and watch the lean on him. He goes to that line of scrimmage, and now it's just a balance drill of him running them last 4 or 5 yards there, about a foot off the ground to pick up that first down. And again, nice play, though, for Buckeye, picking up 10 yards on the first crack.
Handoff, Wilt. First down this time for a short gain of about 2. We'll call it second down and 8 so far. First couple of plays. Buckeye Local interested in establishing the ground game.
Yes, and big Jim Westfall in there from his defensive tackle spot, stopping him there for a 2-yard gain, bringing up second down and 8 now for the Panthers from their own 27-yard line.
Option, Cornish keeps, and he pays for it from the backside, coming in quickly. Number 59, I believe that's Corey Thompson. He was there to put the finishing touches on that one. Cornish came down, thought he had some room, but it closed down from the backside.
Real quick here, we'll take a look at it. We'll see number 44 closing here from his outside defensive end off, David Boyock. Right there watching, plays off the blocker, throws him off, and just closes down inside. Beautiful defensive end play. Third down and a long 7 now for the Panthers.
High formation of the backfield.
There's that counter.
Little reverse, little counter. It's still on his feet. Running room for the Buckeye Local Panthers. First down yardage and more. Out close to midfield. Number 33 on the carry, Tim Merkel. And Merkel goes for first down yardage.
Couldn't quite see who the Redskin was. The Redskin had his hands on him there in the backfield, but he slipped out of that tackle to pick up the first down, taking the ball out to the 48-yard line. We'll take a look at it here. We see the top of the screen. There's number 33 coming into your picture, folks. There, number 66 leading the way right there. Couldn't quite see who that was. It missed him again for the Redskins.
I'll tell you what, Merkel goes 5'8", 170 pounds. You lose him pretty easily in all those big trees. As Wilt carries on first down for about a yard out to about midfield. We have second down and 9. 9:42 to go. Third quarter. Indian Creek on top by 1. 2-point conversion, the difference. Indian Creek converts on it, and they take the 1-point lead.
Nice jam up there that time by the entire Indian Creek defensive line. They really closed in on Wilt quick there, bringing up second and a long 8 now. Ball exactly at the midfield stripe for the Panthers. Fumble.
Ball's on the ground. It's loose, and Indian Creek has it.
Well, that ball had to get kicked out of there, Bill. That thing shot out here 15 yards from the initial snap. Second time we've seen that muff exchange here between the quarterback and center. You know yourself as the next quarterback, could be some extra time spent in practice Monday early and late.
That one just looked like it didn't get up to the quarterback's hand.
No.
First one, it looked like Cornish may have pulled out of there without the football. Snap looked pretty good. That one looked like the center just didn't get it up there.
Right there, right between his hands.
Cornish has to keep those hands locked together until he gets that football.
Ride the center up and out.
Handoff, Minor. He's ahead for about 4 on first down.
Nice job in there by big number 62 for Buckeye Local of closing up the hole inside and making go to the outside. That was who? Jim Runovich in there. The ball was supposed to go off tackle, and he shot again into the gap there and made him bounce to the outside where he didn't want to go, but he still picked up a short 4 yards, bringing up second down and a long 6.
Clint Hepburn coming in and helping out on the tackle. Young under center, second down and 7. See if they run the flood pattern. They don't. Hand off to Small, has some room, dances outside, and he is down across the 45-yard line of Buckeye Local, and he almost lost that football. Looked like Doug Anderson from behind had a hold of that ball, tried to rip it out. But Small, he's been in the weight room, and he's latched onto it.
Yes, we'll take a look at it right here. Nice isolation play coming to the bottom of the screen. You'll see the big fullback leading up through there. Right there, we have a young man missing a tackle. And as you say right there, somebody trying to trip the ball off him, but he'd have no part of it. The Redskins are driving again, Bill, down to the 44-yard line of the Panthers with 8 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Tell you what, have to give Anderson credit. Came all the way across from the backside, followed him all the way up the field and make the play. Quick little look to the outside. Man open, caught, and it'll go for 5 yards. Cornish makes the stop, but not before. And number 28, Beatty, can come up with, or Coward, pardon me, Joe Coward, and come up with about 6 yards on it. It'll be second down and 4.
Just a real quick hitch pattern out that outside receiver there. Will take one step up the field and turn around and come right back. And you see the ball being thrown to money by Scott Young. Now it's just one-on-one out there with Cornish. And Cornish manages to hang on and bring him down for a 5-yard gain. Second and 5 for the Redskins from the Panther 39-yard line.
And off Small, has a hole, has an opening, has a first down. Cornish making the stop along with Matthews.
They're really opening some nice holes up there for them backs, but take a look at it right here. You see them big red jerseys moving people out of the way.
Nice kick-out block by the tight end.
Very nice.
Dave Brown, number 85.
Got a little trouble over there, Bill, with the chain gang. Looks like the chain's kind of wrapped up around the pole.
You know, those guys get excited. They're trying to move down the field. Get a little wrapped up in somebody. A nice block by Brown. Just kind of turned his man outside, gave Small the opening, and he was up the field. And
that's an awful tough block there for a tight end to do, Bill, especially against the Buckeye Local 4 defense. How that defensive end is playing on his inside shoulder to begin with, and to take the step to the inside and get him shoved to the outside. That's good technique by Brown. There's that counter.
And off Minor, Doug Anderson coming through. I'll tell you what, Doug Anderson has played himself one heck of a ball game.
Yes, he has. Ever since they ran that play at him there 2 times in a row, and he went to the sideline, got some instructions on what to do on it. He shut that play down pretty good to pick up a half yard there on that play, bringing up second down and a long 9 now with 6:26 to go in the third quarter. The Panther 31-yard line for the Redskins. Number 40 coming in from the sideline. Mark Whitaker with the play from Coach Morsaglio. Double tight, double wing. Favorite formation tonight for the Redskins.
Whitaker comes in motion. Handoff to Whitaker. Looking for some room. Doesn't have any. And who's in there first? It's Doug Anderson. Flag on the play. Also getting a piece of the action. Number 11, Rich Fetty. And we have a flag. We'll have to wait and see what the indication is. But Fetty and Anderson getting the tackle for Buckeye Local. And, Coach, you look at that big offensive line for Indian Creek. It's been 4 years in the waiting for Indian Creek. They're all seniors off the starting line. So you have to take advantage of it when you can. And someone that we need to get down to because we need to take advantage of her sideline expertise, Leah Hagner. Leah, what's going on?
I don't know if it's expertise, Bill and Ty, but right now, you know, one of the things that make these games so special are the fans, and I think I found the youngest Buckeye Local fan here. His name is Skyler, and he's really mesmerized by our microphone.
Oh, he's a little cranky right now. It's bedtime, but he's watching his brother, number 43.
I think we have a future Panther quarterback on our hands. Back to you guys to talk about the game here.
All right, Leah. She's gone into the crowd shaking hands with babies. I think she's going into politics. Young back to pass, looking to set up the screen. He gets it off and complete. On the catch, I believe that's number 32. Sean Beatty.
I hope we get a look at this. Watch number 58 if we can for Indian Creek. Art Pugh, 6'4", 280. Hit number 11 out there, right there at the top of the screen. That's Rich Fetty, 5'10", 155, going against 280. And then they helped each other up and pat each other on the back and went down to their respective huddles. Two real good athletes. I really like this Fetty kid at 5'10", 155. He delivers a blow out there in that field.
Matthews getting a piece of the tackle. Rick Matthews, number 14. There it is. Little pitch down low, and that's going to go to Beatty. He's going to be down at about the 24-yard line. He'll be close to a first down. He's short. We'll bring him fourth and about 3.
Decision time here for Coach Sam as to what play. We'll take a look at it. Come around your living room, folks. You'll see the 3 receivers again coming here, plus the backside tight end dragging across the middle. And there's a receiver wide open as McCain, I believe that is 44 for Buckeye, closing in. Matt McCain coming in to make the hit, stopping him 2 yards short of the first down.
And there's not much else McCain's going to be able to do on that play.
No, he's not. He's got to take that deep receiver in his zone first. He's going to throw for it.
Young looking for a man, has one open, looks to the end zone, and it's knocked away by Cornish last second, but he had a couple of receivers down there. Looked like he may have had number 28, Joe Cower, running a little bit shorter pattern. Had him open, but he went for the home run ball.
That's the same thing we saw earlier, Bill, that we mentioned. He threw the ball into the end zone instead of taking what was there, and that is to take the short receiver for the first down. You see right there as he's rolling to his left, Scott Young puts the ball deep in the end zone, and he's throwing against their best defensive back here, number 10, Dave Cornish, and he went up and made the play for the Panthers, so they take the ball back with 4:26 to go on their own 24-yard line.
Well, it's Matthews in at quarterback now. Rick Matthews. Cornish splits as a receiver. Matthews, quick look to the outside for Cornish. Nice catch. He looks to put a move on a man. Does, and he comes up with about 3 or 4 yards, and it'll be second down and about 6 for Buckeye Local. And I think what Coach Polish has to be thinking here is, let's put a guy that can break the game open out where we can get him the football and create some things. Matthews can throw. That's the only thing I can imagine why you'd move Cornish out from the quarterback.
Yeah, and that's his natural spot out there from last year, and looks like that was just a one-play thing, and looks like they're switching positions back, and Matthews is going back to receiver spot, and Cornish coming back to the quarterback spot here now for second down and 6.
And, of course, Coach, Buckeye Local may want to throw the football. Young's throwing the football, but we still haven't had a Kroger Food and Drug sack for a sack. For each sack recorded by either team, Kroger will donate $50 to the Salvation Army. Right now, Salvation Army doesn't have any money.
No, and
that's a good thing for the quarterbacks because they're not getting hit. But at the same time, we want to see some money donated to the Salvation Army.
We have trouble with the clock. They're going to want to put more time back on the clock.
Coach, you can take the headsets off and correct it. You got it the first quarter.
No, that's okay. You got on me at halftime about that, so I'm going to sit here and...
I wasn't on you, Coach.
Just watch the fun that goes on.
I was impressed. Right now we're going to take a timeout. Coach is going to work on the clock with everyone else. When we come back, we'll have about 4:10 to go. Buckeye Local trails Indian Creek 8-7.
WTOV 9's Game of the Week featuring Buckeye Local and Indian Creek, brought to you in part by Ohio Valley Hospital, Belmont Tech North, Gold Quarry and Turak, Fox Run Hospital, Kroger Food and Drug, Lenora's Cafeteria, The Health Plan, and new co-op stores.
If you've been injured in an accident, you might be thinking about calling a lawyer. But which one? Let me make it easy for you. There's really only one law firm to call. Get the picture? One law firm and one phone number. A law firm with a track record. A law firm with experience. A law firm that gets the job done. Put the name and number together, and you have it.
The right attorney can make a difference. Call Gold, Corey, and Turak at 845-9750.
Over 95,000 members strong, the Health Plan is the only locally run organization of its kind and keeps your dollars here at home. 94 cents of every dollar pays for your medical care. In other plans, as much as 17% goes to administrative overhead and to satisfy stockholders. More than 600 companies have selected health plan benefits for their employees. The Health Plan, with you yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Kenny Davis, the king of wings at Convenient Food Mart on Lover's Lane, says good luck, Indian Creek Redskins.
Pro Hardware Yorkville bargains of the month. 60 yards of duct tape, $2.29 a roll, and a 3-pack of acrylic latex caulking, only $2.44 a pack.
At Oliver Pool and Spa, our in-stock winter pool covers are now 20% off. Only at Oliver Pool and Spa, Main Street, Wintersville.
Elect Joe Zellick and Elaine Long to the Buckeye Local Board of Education. Continue the process to maintain stability and confidence in the Buckeye Local School District. Vote Joe Zellick and Elaine Long.
Cornish back at quarterback. He hands off on second down to Bailey. He's across the 31-yard line. They'll bring up third and short for the Panthers. Coach, we're going to throw or we're going to run here on third down?
No, I believe that we're going to see the ball on the ground. I'd be surprised to see Coach put it up in the air. But, you know, the thing about Coach Publish I learned last year watching them as they're in their march toward Masson for the state championship game up there. You never try to figure out what Coach Publish is going to do because you're wrong 9 out of 10 times. Every time you think you got him into a pattern, he's going to break that pattern. That's why they were successful. Second back through. Believe he's short.
Straight ahead, and we're going to have measurement. Ball came out, but I believe momentum was whistled to a stop.
Well, this is going to be close, Bill, by the spot, the officials out there.
It was Bailey on the carry, number 41.
We'll see which way he's going with the ball. There he goes to that sideline man to place the ball down, and
I think he's going to be short.
This is, I tell you what, they're going to have to probably bring the chain.
Coach, a factor that we haven't talked about has arrived, the rain, and it's coming down pretty good.
Bill, you know, the area really needs it.
Oh, yeah.
I know we're up to probably 26, 27. I'm not quite sure the days without rain. I know I didn't mind it too much, and that my yard died out. I mean, I have to be out there cutting the thing all the time, but I know our farm.
But now it's real brown, isn't it, Coach?
It's real brown, but we got a first down.
Well, they got it. First down, and we're going to go down to Leah Hegner. And Leah, I'll tell you what, Kevin knows about the weather. He called for the rain, and we got it.
Exactly right. 4 weeks has gone by, and he's been giving us a possibility of showers, but it took the Indian Creek Redskin cheerleaders to do the rain dance to actually get the rain down here on the field, and they're really excited. Their tomahawks are in gear, and how you guys doing? You did a little rain dance for this rain.
We're doing great. Please hope we win. Thanks.
Obviously, some spirits are dampened by the weather. Back up to you.
Thank you very much, Leah. Right now, it's Buckeye Local. Ball on the ground. Cornish gets to the corner. It's a foot race for the 45. He's there. He's out at midfield. Takes his shot as it goes out of bounds. First and 10 from midfield for Buckeye Local, and the drive stays alive. So right now, Buckeye Local put the starter back on the 15.
Yes, they are, and a real good job there by Dave Cornish. Nice faking inside there to come back there and gave that fake of the isolation upside, and he rode that tailback up in there good. When he pulled the ball out, the defensive side here on the right side of Indian Creek caved right in on that ball, and he pulled it out and had the outside there and one man to beat, and he had the angle on him. He brought him down there at the 49-yard line with 2:57 to go in the third quarter.
Handoff, Bailey. No, he kept it. Cornish kept it. He's chased down by Brown on the backside. Defensive end came right down the line with him on the option and made the play from behind. And that is sack for sack, Coach?
Sack for a sack.
We'll ring it up.
We'll ring it up and have Kroger get that.
Not our money.
Not our money.
Give it away.
Take a look at it here. You're going to see a 6'5", 225 defensive end come from the backside. It's a good-looking prospect, Bill.
Brown comes right down the line, wraps him up, makes sure he's not going to go anywhere, and that is our first sack for sack. $50 to Salvation Army from the Kroger Food and Drug Company. Handoff inside. Merkel, he's stacked up again. So Indian Creek starts to stiffen around midfield after Buckeye Local put a couple of nice plays together. And it was
David Hayes.
David Hayes, number 63, making the stop for Indian Creek.
Stayed home real nice there on that counter action and came off the trap block there and got a point down for a 3-yard loss, bringing up third down at 13 as we take a look at the rain coming down here at Wintersville tonight.
I like it. Cools everything off.
Yeah.
After a long, hot summer. Not a bad deal at all.
Option.
Cornish keeps. He's across the original line of scrimmage. Be about 4th and 9 situation. You going to kick it away here, Coach?
No, and ifs or buts. The punting team's already been sent onto the field. The last time, Bill, we didn't make mention of it, but the snap there to the punter was kind of high, and this ball is kind of wet.
Matthews did come in and throw a pass to Cornish. You may want to look for a fake here with 1:45 to go. No, he's going to kick it away. Almost has it blocked off the side.
He might have got it blocked.
And out of bounds at the 38-yard line of Indian Creek, so only about a 10-yard gain in field position. We'll come out and take a timeout for you on the Ohio Valley Hospital scoreboard. 8-7, Indian Creek on top by 1 in the third quarter with 1:38 to go.
Lenore's Cafeteria at the Hollywood Shopping Plaza for a pregame lunch or dinner special. You can park at Lenore's Cafeteria, enjoy a good, wholesome meal, and then just walk over to the game. We hope to see you before the game.
The new Co-op store has 7 convenient locations to serve you better with a full line of groceries, meats, and produce, plus a hardware department in the Dillonvale location only. Save on these specials September 11th through the 17th. Ragu spaghetti sauce, 28 to 30-ounce jars, 2 for $3. All-purpose red potatoes, 5-pound bags, just $1.19. And Park Farm split chicken breast, only $1.39 a pound. Save the new Co-op way with 7 convenient locations. There's one near you.
No matter what career choice you wish to train for, Belmont Technical College can help you take the first step.
I chose Belmont Technical College because it was a short distance from home. They have a lot of opportunities offered there.
My unemployment had run out, and I needed to look for another occupation. And so I looked towards Belmont Technical School Mill Center.
And Belmont Tech seems to offer several different degrees.
Call us today.
And now, the Coca-Cola Star Lake Concert Calendar, brought to you by Coca-Cola Classic and Swartz Home Sales. Watch for further updates of the Coca-Cola Star Lake Concert Calendar right here on WTOV 9. Brought to you by Swartz Home Sales and Coca-Cola Classic. Always rockin', always Coca-Cola.
Lenore's Cafeteria at the Hollywood Shopping Plaza has a deal for you. Bring your high school football game ticket stub into Lenore's Cafeteria and receive a discount off any entree. 1 ticket per customer.
And welcome back on the Ohio Valley Hospital scoreboard. 8-7 Indian Creek, and everyone's got the bumper chutes open.
Is that what those things are?
That's what they are. Some people call them umbrellas. Bumper chutes, I believe that's what they call them in England.
Yes, they are. Been so long since I've seen one, I wasn't quite sure where they go. kind of thought they were sun shaders.
The interesting thing is, I've never been to England. I don't know why I know that.
You learned something in school, Bill.
I'll tell you what. Those teachers, they surprise you everyone. They sneak up on you, and all of a sudden, something sticks.
Or maybe it might have been a good movie you watched one night and saw something going on with David Niven over there.
Oh, maybe. Fine actor.
Second down and 10 for the Indian Creek Redskins with 1 minute to go in the third quarter.
Ball on the 39-yard line. Oh, it coughed up, and who's got it? Free football, and no. Buckeye Local says they have it. Indian Creek says they have it, and they're going to call it Indian Creek football. They got lucky. Whitaker squirted right out of his hands, hit the deck, and it looked like Miner made the recovery for Indian Creek.
Take a look at it right here.
May have hit him up in the chest plate of the shoulder pads and bounced off.
Hit him too high. As you said, I believe number 34 was on the ball of the power for the Redskins. Greg Miner was the lead block on that isolation play, and he came up with the ball.
Big recovery there for Indian Creek. 24 seconds to go, third quarter. Clock moving. 3rd and 10 for Indian Creek with a 1-point lead, 8-7. Young to pass. Young has a man open, and it's picked off. Well, it's not picked off. Matthews had it in and out of his hands. He would have had the interception at midfield. Young had a couple of receivers to pick from. He went for... Not sure who he went for, Coach. I lost him. Here we take a look. We'll find out who he went for. Young comes down. There's Whitaker, but he's going to go back inside. And he's looking for Beatty. And Matthews comes in, and it's in and out of his hands. Ball's incomplete.
That was a different pass pattern that time. Beatty went out there and ran a curl in, Bill, instead of running the flag pattern out, or the flood pattern out there they've been running all night long. Nick Creek shifting into their punt formation out there trying to draw them off.
9 seconds to go, third quarter. Small to kick it away. Pretty good kick. Fair catch called for by Cornish at the 28-yard line. 2 seconds to go. Clock stopped. 2 seconds left in the third quarter of play. Indian Creek on top by a score of 8-7. Rain has slowed down considerably. Just kind of a steady little drizzle right now. Not raining as hard as it was a few moments ago.
Just enough to make the grass slippery out there, Bill.
Just enough to make it interesting.
Just make it interesting, and
just enough to give a coach something more to worry
about. And your back breaking to the outside out there had a little bit of slippery grass under their feet.
Coming up, we'll have scores from around the valley. Busy Sports Friday coming up at the end of this quarter. Cornish handoff. That's Wilt. He has a first down across the 40-yard line out to about the 42, and that'll bring the third quarter of play to an end. Indian Creek still on top by 1 on the Ohio Valley Hospital scoreboard by a score of 8-7. We'll be back with the final quarter of play right after this.
WTOV9 and Fox Run Hospital are proud to recognize outstanding students at Indian Creek High School. This week we salute Julie Zorney, National Honor Society and Yearbook Co-Editor. Melissa Stackhouse, Teen Institute and National Honor Society. Robert Mackey, Indian Creek Scholar Program and Buckeye Boys State Delegate. Jamie Rock, Varsity Cheerleading Captain and National Honor Society. Carrie Buckmelder, National Young Leaders Conference Candidate and National Honor Society. WTOV9 and Fox Run Hospital salute all the students at Indian Creek High School.
Parents may be devastated or relieved by a divorce, but usually children are scared and confused by the way that the parents' separation may affect them. Divorce can be misunderstood by children unless the parents explain what is happening and how it will affect them. If your child displays a loss of motivation, keeps too little or too much, or is behaving unusually, it could be a sign of a more serious problem. For more information on children and divorce, call Fox Run Hospital, 1-800-245-2131.
Pro Hardware Yorkville bargains of the month. 60 yards of duct tape, $2.29 a roll, and a 3-pack of acrylic latex caulking, only $2.44 a pack.
At Oliver Pool and Spa, our in-stock winter pool covers are now 20% off. Only at Oliver Pool and Spa, Main Street, Wintersville.
Elect Joe Zellick and Elaine Long to the Buckeye Local Board of Education. Continue the process to maintain stability and confidence in the Buckeye Local School District. Vote Joe Zellick and Elaine Long.
Now that's a spicy meatball. For the best meatball sandwich in the southern end of Jefferson County, visit Pino's Convenient Food Mart in Brilliant, Ohio.
Forrester's Nursing Home on Canton Road in Wintersville is a proud supporter of the Indian Creek School District. Let's go Redskins!
Take advantage of weekday special 18 holes in carts, just $22. Also, call about 1996 memberships, all at Blackmore.
Hi again, everybody. I'm Bill Phillips from News 9 Sports. Let's take a look at what happened on a busy sports Friday. Wheeling Park loses to the Weir Red Riders 14-7. Cleveland JFK loses big to Steubenville Big Red 44-12. More scores from around the valley. John Marshall 47-3 over the Parkersburg Patriots. We continue with the Caddis Cardinals 34-7 over the River Pilots. Claymont wins 23-20 over New Philadelphia. And Newark beats Zanesville 28-23. I'm Bill Phillips for News 9 Sports.
Football game of the week, Indian Creek versus Buckeye Local. It's 8-7 on the Ohio Valley Hospital scoreboard. We're ready to start the fourth quarter now, and this is going to be a very telling fourth quarter. The rain just started to come down a little bit ago. It's sprinkling lightly, but doesn't seem to be a problem so far. We go to Bill Phillips and Ty Fleming up in the stands. You guys, what's going on?
We're just looking at that hairdo. We were talking to you before the game. You said that hairspray would hold up in the rain. And we're going to find out here by the end of the night, Leah.
It's going to hold up just
okay.
as much as the teams are, I think.
Well, we got a little confusion in the backfield. Matthews back into quarterback for a play. Cornish lined up on the end, and they just ran one right in the middle of the line of scrimmage. Didn't go anywhere. It looked like Merkel was the ball carrier. Take a look at the back at Sanford Sackville. Indian Creek football. And that is, you know, if you really think about it, Indian Creek football is a new adventure.
Oh,
really,
yes, it is.
It's only been around a couple years.
And I tell you, Bill, you know, you're new to the area, really, for the football at this part of Steubenville and this side of the town. But tell you what, 10, 15 years ago, whenever you said you were going to Wintersville to play football, people just dreaded coming up here to Kettlewell Stadium because Wintersville, year in, year out, it just was a top-notch program. They went through a slump that everybody does in their school cycle.
Mm-hmm.
They went through a down period there. Now with the consolidation of Mingo coming up with them, the good athletes from Mingo coming up here with the good athletes from Wintersville, and Indian Creek's going to be a program that's going to be on the rise in the years.
Winning combination. Right now they're trying to hold on to a 1-point lead to get their second win of the season. Fumble. It's loose, and Indian Creek has it. Looks like Brown, the big tight end, has it. He's played a good game, and he comes up with a big fumble recovery.
Looks like number 44, David Boyock, made the hit on that play to jar the ball loose. And we'll see a look at it here. It was a trap action going back to the top of the screen.
A real quick look at that one.
Yes, that was quick.
A high-speed look.
That's what it was there. Back to the top of the screen, a little trap action back there, and he come off the block and made a hit right on the ball and jarred it loose, giving Indian Creek the ball on, what's at the Panther 42-yard line, Bill. 11:10 to go in the game.
Clock is moving. Look for Indian Creek to keep it on the ground, work the clock, and work the sticks.
There's the workhorse tonight. The workhorse behind the workman up front there, I'll tell you what.
Some big guys up front. Limping a little bit, looks like Art Pugh, number 58. He had that bad ankle. He was a question mark whether to stop or not. We're going to take a look at the fumble again. Here he comes. And just there's the hit, Coach, that you talked about, right on the ball, and then it comes loose, and Brown comes up with it for the recovery. Minor dancing into the secondary, gets a block, runs over one man, and he's down close to the 23-yard line.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, he's a low once he gets through that line of scrimmage. Greg Minor, 6'2", 215. And as you keep referring to that Zonka forearms out there in front there, and he makes the blow. That's one thing you like to teach those fullbacks, and that is to deliver the blow on the attacker. Don't accept the punishment, deliver the punishment out there. And he's a classic example of how it's being done.
And off Minor, dives over Jackson jumps over the line of scrimmage. Doug Anderson in on the tackle for Buckeye Local. And we've got a timeout down on the field. Ron Polish, the head coach of the Panthers, says, I got to talk things over. I got to find a way to stop these guys. I got to get out to my defensive huddle and talk things over. He's going to take a timeout. Sam Forsaglio, the head coach of Indian Creek, heads out to his huddle. We're going to take a timeout, come back with more right after this. The Ohio Valley Hospital scoreboard, 8-7, Indian Creek over Buckeye Local.
The Citizens Banking Company of Wintersville is proud to be a supporter of the Indian Creek School District and the Wintersville community.
Best of luck to all area teams from the new M&M Hardware owners. M&M Hardware, Sunset Boulevard, Steubenville.
The Health Plan, 95,000 members strong, is far and away the largest HMO in the tri-state area. It's one of the most financially solvent HMOs in America and not for profit. Any surplus of money is retained in a reserve fund to be used only for future claims by our subscribers. The government recently conducted a survey and found the health plan to be among the top 16% in the nation for customer satisfaction. The Health Plan, with you yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
No matter what career choice you wish to train for, Belmont Technical College can help you take the first step.
I chose Belmont Technical College because it was a short distance from home. They have a lot of opportunities offered there.
My unemployment had run out, and I needed to look for another occupation. And so I looked towards Belmont Technical School near Center.
And Belmont Tech seems to offer several different degrees.
Call us today.
When a lawyer offers me a free initial consultation, does that mean I only get one free visit?
Not all law firms are the same. Reputation, experience, a proven track record, these things are all important. An experienced law firm evaluates your case, returns your calls, answers your questions as many times as needed, for free. When choosing a lawyer, don't be afraid to ask questions. Make the right choice.
The right attorney can make a difference. Call Gold, Corey, and Turak at 845-9750.
The new Co-op store has 7 convenient locations to serve you better with a full line of groceries, meats, and produce, plus a hardware department in the Dillonvale location only. Save on these specials September 11th through the 17th. Ragu spaghetti sauce, 28 to 30-ounce jars, 2 for $3. All-purpose red potatoes, 5-pound bag, just $1.19. And Park Farm split chicken breast, only $1.39 a pound. Save the new Co-op way with 7 convenient locations. There's one near you.
Welcome back to the game of the week. Bill Phillips along with the coach, Ty Fleming, and Leah Hegner down on the sideline. Of course, the regular group of people from Image Video and WTOV9 bringing you the fine pictures. And right there, a picture of an Indian Creek Redskin, class 19, or actually 2000 and change.
2000 and change.
Oh,
there.
That's scary. Second down and 6, ball in the 17, handoff Minor, and he will be close to first down yardage, and he'll have a first down easily inside the 10 all the way down the 5-yard line.
With white shirts thrown along the ground behind him, I tell you what, Bill, take a look at his, folks. His first movement, who will see him back here, he's taking his first 3 steps there, almost parallel the line of scrimmage, and then just running straight north and south. Watch it. There's that delivery. Boom.
Covers up the football.
Nice power running in there by Minor, taking the ball down to the 5-yard line. 9:46 and counting in the fourth quarter. They're trying to push one in here to put the game out of reach.
Tightened up the splits on the left side, a little wider on the right side. Minor goes over the right side on the handoff to go ahead about a yard, and the rain has started to come down heavily again. Leah Hegner's hairspray being tested here in the fourth quarter with 9:25 to go.
Number 42, Mike Wilt, slides it in there from the outside to bring him down on that play. Short gain of a call 1. Take the ball down inside the 5-yard line. Second down and a long 4, 9-12.
Second and goal from the 4. Minor, Small, and Beatty. Young keeps. Oh, he pumped it up, and it looks like Buckeye Local has it. And indeed they do on the 1-yard line. Buckeye Local dodges a bullet as Young has it squirt out of his hands. And Buckeye Local will get another opportunity. I'm not sure who fell on the football, Coach.
No, we'll take a look at it here, see if we can pick it up. Buckeyes going to be starting off inside their own 1 yard line.
Can't tell.
Can't tell. Mom will know tonight because somebody will go home and tell her. Maybe we'll take a better look at it here from this angle.
Looked like 66 made the initial hit. Hepburn, it looked like Hepburn made the initial hit that forced the fumble. Didn't get a good look at who came up with the football. Cornish back in a quarterback, ball right on the goal line for Buckeye Local, and Indian Creek's going to jump off sides, and wow, is that a big help.
It sure was.
That gives them just enough breathing room where they get out of that situation where you're worried about getting a safety.
And what that really does, Bill, is now give you 3 plays, because normally on that first down play down here, a lot of coaches will like to take a quarterback sneak and try to pick up a yard so you have room to work. So what this does now is give you that room to work so you can now start coming out with your regular O here and 3 downs.
Do you think the fumble was a broken play?
No.
That was called all the way?
I think that was designed because they've been running the big man up inside all night, line Minor in there. And they were just trying to suck everybody inside and have Young go outside with the ball.
Hand off to Wilt, number 42. He's ahead for maybe a yard. It'll bring up second down and about, he got more yardage than I thought.
Yes, they did. Nice,
about 3 yards.
Nice offensive surge again. This is what we saw early in the ball game there. The Panther offensive line was coming off the ball real well and winning the game with the line of scrimmage out there. And right there, as you said, looked like there was a no-gainer out there, and they picked up a good 3 yards, bringing down second down and a long 2 now for the Panthers. 7:50 to go in the ball game.
Second down and short. Hand off to Wilt. Still on his feet, and he's out across the 15-yard line to the 16, and it's a first down. Only problem is here, Coach, you're still 85 yards away, 7:43 on the clock, lots of time.
But
if you run, you may run into that risk of, we're running out of time here.
Running out of time, so
so this might be your one shot at it.
This could be your one shot, and you're going to pick up those first downs every daggone time. You cannot right now afford a mental mistake by anybody on the offense. You need your 3 downs to pick up those 10 yards. Blitz.
Cornish, he dropped the football, and who's on top of it? Looks like the Redskins have it. Indeed, they do. Oh, man, that's just got to make you sick if you're a Panther fan, because it looked like your team was going to go down the field and take one crack at it, see if they can get in front, but they cough up the football, and Indian Creek has it.
Bill, we'll take a look here. I think you can see a linebacker coming in here. Right here is the fake, and just as he's getting ready to turn around right there, 50-something reached out and grabbed the ball. The ball was going to be a pitch to the outside there to your tailback, and somebody reached in there as Cornish come out of the fake and grabbed the ball on him. Good time for a blitz by Indian Creek.
Well, the Redskins in position again. Handoff Small. Takes on a tackler. That's Hepburn, 66, who makes the play down to the 9-yard line. Is Small. It'll bring up second down and about 5.
Again, right there, you see the defensive end being driven back in the backfield. He's taking that gamble right now not to play those big men head on and just trying to go in the gaps there. And that time it backfired on him as he was driven out of the play there by the offensive line. The Redskins, second down and 5 from the 10-yard line.
Minor dives ahead for a couple. Nothing there, and he just dove ahead. Number 62, I believe, on the play.
62 plus 42.
Granovich.
Mike Wilt coming from his outside. And Leah, what you got down on the sideline for us?
Hey, guys, I think you were just looking for a midday magic makeover down here in the end zone. Right now, it's getting a little muddy down here. And we have some fans from Buckeye who are looking for a makeover right about now. They're a little angry, but I think they're going to hold out along with the weather. Back up to you.
Handoff, Small, bounces to the corner, cuts it back, and spins down to about the 3. Matthews there to make the stop, number 14 for Buckeye Local. Clock down to 5:50, and that'll be a first down. First and goal from inside the 5-yard line, and we take a look at it again.
Right here, you see the isolation play coming there with the big fullback leading the way for him out there on a kick-out block right there. You see him on the ground, 34, after he made the kick-out. And Small made a real nice cut off his tail up inside for the first down to the 3-yard line. As you said, Bill, 5:36 and counting now for the Redskins.
Touchdown here could ice it for Indian Creek. Handoff, Small looking for some room, and he'll be about a yard short. That's stacked up after a good initial surge, but after that just stacked up and stood up at the 2-yard line. We may have
people just slow getting up, Bill.
Okay, I thought so. It looked like Wilt may have been a little bit banged up, or actually Bailey for Buckeye Local.
Take a look at it right here. Indian Creek's in an unbalanced line. They have 2 offensive line on the left-hand side, 3 to the right, plus a power high backfield, lead 2 backs up in through there. And they're going to try to bully the ball in zone here now with 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line.
Minor. No. Stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Good initial line surge from the defense. And Buckeye Local, they are not ready to go away. Indian Creek's knocking on the door, but Panthers aren't going to let them in.
Yes, I don't think you're going to see Coach Bernsaglio pulling the ball out of one of those running back's hands and have the quarterback go to the outside with it there. Give that ball to your 2 big backs inside. You got 2 downs to pick up this yard. Go ahead and give them a go at it.
Run into the right side of the line to set up a possible field goal on 4th down, just to get him lined up with the goalpost in case they don't make it in.
That's a possibility out there, but I don't think Coach Stan's really thinking field goal right now. We got a power formation, double backs to the right-hand side.
Handoff Minor to the corner. Touchdown, Indian Creek. Now you don't have to worry about the field goal. You've got 6 on the board. Now you just worry about the extra point.
And we'll see what Coach Sam's call from the sideline is going to be here now. He got a 7-point lead. He kicks it. He's going to go up to an 8-point lead. It means he cannot lose the ball game and have to go to overtime. As we look at the replay here. Oh, just outside the reach of big number 76 coming through there. Jason Banks couldn't bring him down in the backfield as Minor goes in and scores from the 1-yard line with 4:04 to go. Number 7.
Kick is up, and it is good. So Indian Creek up by a score of 15-7. We take another look at the touchdown, Coach.
Yes. And again, folks, there's a single back in the backfield. What we can't see is the wing on the right-hand side. Right there, you see a double wing out there. And they just have him outnumbered to the outside, and he has the speed to get outside. Nice job out there by Greg Minor, the 6'2", 215 frame to get to the outside and get in the end zone where they had him outnumbered. And we'll take a break here as Indian Creek goes up 15-7 with 4:04 to go in the ball game. We look at the High Valley Hospital scoreboard. We'll be right back.
WTOV9's Game of the Week featuring Buckeye Local and Indian Creek, brought to you in part by Ohio Valley Hospital, Belmont Tech North, Gold Quarry and Turak, Fox Run Hospital, Kroger Food and Drug, Lenora's Cafeteria, The Health Plan, and new co-op stores.
Now that's a spicy meatball. For the best meatball sandwich in the southern end of Jefferson County, visit Pino's Convenient Food Mart in Brilliant, Ohio.
Forrester's Nursing Home on Canton Road in Wintersville is a proud supporter of the Indian Creek School District. Let's go Redskins!
Take advantage of weekday special 18 holes in cart, just $22. Also, call about 1996 memberships, all at Blackmore.
WTOV9 and Fox Run Hospital are proud to recognize outstanding students at Buckeye Local High School. This week we salute Bernie Saddlereed, National Honor Society President in varsity basketball. Jessica Ford, 3-sport letter winner and National Honor Society. Eric Black, 3-year letterman, cross country and National Honor Society. David Cornish, varsity football and National Honor Society. Aaron Winden, Pantherette Drill Team and National Honor Society. WTOV9 and Fox Run Hospital salute all the students at Buckeye Local High School.
Do any of these sound familiar to you?
My child is a master of manipulation.
He has absolutely no interest in school.
Everything we've tried has failed.
For a limited time, Fox Run Hospital will offer Kids at Risk, a professional consultation covering behavioral, emotional problems, as well as educational issues at no charge. If you feel your child is at risk, you may schedule an appointment by calling Fox Run Hospital at 1-800-245-2131. Hoffman's of downtown Wheeling is your formal wear headquarters. They've got over 5,000 long and short gowns in all the sizes, colors, and fabrics you want. So look your best for homecoming with Hoffman's of Wheeling.
The WTOV9 high school football game of the week, Buckeye Local 7, Indian Creek 15, 4:04 to go. And, Coach, I may have spoke too soon. I said this touchdown here may ice. It's just because here the team they've taken long drives. But I'll tell you what, Buckeye Local is only down 8 points, and they've shown the ability to make the big play. 2-point conversion, we're all knotted up.
Buckeye Local needs some field position here to get themselves going a little bit better out there. And this is better field position what they've had all night long when the kickoffs are out to the 34-yard line with 4 minutes to go in the game. As you said, it is an 8-point ball game, so they got the 4 minutes to get down and get in the end zone, and then to go for the 2 to put it into overtime. You know, if Indian Creek had decided to go for 2 points in there, they could have put the ball game out of reach at 16-7. But Coach Sam put the pressure on the Buckeye sideline and said, go ahead and score and make the 2 points.
Merkel on the return out to about the 35-yard line. Handoff goes to Bailey, and he dives across the 35 out to about the 37-yard line. Looks like
good thing
where they're going to mark it.
Good thing for the Redskins that somebody did trip him up. I looked awful familiar there at the last half there right before whenever he broke through there wide open there. It looked like it the same thing, same type of hole was opening up, and someone tripped him up.
I believe Buckeye Local has 2 timeouts to work with, 3:20 to go. Fourth quarter, 15-7. Indian Creek at home on top by 8 points. Buckeye Local looking to get the equalizer. Cornish rolls, dumps it off, and it squirts loose. It's in the field of play, and they're going to whistle it incomplete, and that's fortunate for Buckeye Local because I believe that was Stacy, number 17, was going to come up, put the wraps on that one, and a turnover there would have been very, very costly. Right now we go back down to the field to Leah Hegner and some Indian Creek fans.
Thanks a lot, Bill. I think I found myself some Kellis crazies here, otherwise known as Indian Creek fans right about now. You guys, do you think they're going to pull it off? Yeah! Thumbs it up with one word. All right, back up to you.
Thank you very much, Leah. The man that doesn't mince words.
Not at all.
Hand off backfield, stacked up in the defensive line, just pushes everything back. And we have a flag down, Coach, on third down. David Hayes, number 63, with a stop for the Indian Creek Redskins, number 63.
See what the flag here is. The side judge coming in, explaining to the referee we have motion, or excuse me, illegal procedure by the Panthers on that play.
I'll tell you what, David Hayes really the midget of the offensive and defensive lines for Indian Creek. Offensively, he's the center. Offensively, he's the midget.
Go ahead.
He's 6 foot, 230.
He is a midget.
280, 310, 260, and 283. So Dave's got to do some growing. What's
fourth? Bill, here's really the key play of the game. 2:50 to go. 4th down and 7 for the Panthers. They have to go for it from their own 37-yard line. Pass to the tight end.
He's got him. He's got Wilt. He's into Indian Creek territory down to the 38-yard line. Cornish was also open. Matthews finds Wilt, and he has a first down. And Matthews down at the other end of the field, and he is
cramping up. He's just cramping up out there. He was down there. We'll take a look at the replay right here. Right here, number 42, the bottom of your screen, folks, is your tight end.
Wilt.
And it's just going to be a pop pass to him. He runs past the linebacker just outside the read. And I tell you what, he makes a nice run here. Nice cut to the outside. He's brought down from behind. See that number there, the Indian Creek boy, but he brought him down to save another 15 or 20 yards with 2:41 to go in the ball game. The Panthers are driving. They're down to the Indian Creek Redskins 38-yard line, and they're working on Rick Matthews' leg back there. He's cramping up because as he was starting to get up, I saw him taking his toes and trying to bend him up himself.
I wonder if Matthews just throws the ball a little bit better than Cornish, and that's why they bring him in to mix it up, because every time they've thrown here in the second half, it seems like it's Matthews that has gone in and done the passing.
That's a possibility, and that Cornish could be the better ball handler and option runner out there for him.
Well, right now, Buckeye Local, Matthews on the sideline, 2:41. They have a first down, And 2:41 to work with as they trail at 15-7. Ball spotted on the 38 of Indian Creek. The Panthers driving. Handoff. Ben Bailey wide open, and he is
Nice
in the secondary.
move.
Man slips down. He may go for the touchdown and does. Buckeye Local scores, and they're down by 2.
Excellent offensive move there by him, Bill. You saw him make that break to the sideline. He came through there clean again, and he made a nice move to the sideline and had to speed it up that sideline and get into the end zone with 2:23 to go. We'll take a look at it here, folks. Watch this move. Nice trap, number 61 pulling out there. Doug Anderson making a key block on him. And now, right there's a move to the sideline. Made the man miss him. Ben Bailey. Take a look at it again, folks. Right there's the move to the sideline. That was the backbreaker for Indian Creek. Here's the play of the game, Bill.
Coming up. Panthers make it. It's tied at 15. They missed. They're down 2. Cornish pitch. Bailey is not going to get in. We've got a flag down. And it's going to be a motion penalty against Buckeye Local. Oh, that hurt. But then again, Coach, you move it back 5 yards. You have 5 more yards to work with if you want to throw the ball. You've got a little more maneuverability, but you're still 5 yards back.
Yes. But the thing is, with Buckeye, not really being a passing ball club out there. So what this does right now is put the pressure on Coach Public. But
Matthews back in the game.
Matthews back in the game. This is something that you work on week in, week out all the time. You always spend at least 5 or 10 minutes a day working on scoring from inside the 10-yard line. So they've got some real key plays here, and on his play sheet over there, he's got 3 or 4 plays wrote down that are there special plays for scoring from this situation.
2-point conversion, 8 yards out. Cornish looking, getting pressure. Cornish looking, still looking, and throws. Incomplete. Flag on the play. It came in late. Maybe unnecessary roughness, don't know.
But not where that was thrown at.
Huh?
Lyman downfield.
Take a look at it again, Coach. The Buckeye Local close but no cigar on the 2-point conversion. Here comes Cornish.
Yeah, they tried to slip out in the flat there. Big number 42, Mike Will, but the defense stayed home.
He may have been across the line before he threw it.
The line of scrimmage. That was the call out there. Nice call by the official, but number 33 came from the backside. Tim Merkel for Buckeye Local to try to give him a second receiver there. And there was just too many red shirts. The ball get to him and went off his fingertips deep in the end zone. So with 2:23 to go, Indian Creek has held on right now to a 15-13 lead. And the Buckeye Local Panthers now going to be kicking off. And you can bet that Coach Samuel got his hands team on the field out there. As you look out there, Bill, I don't think you can see many numbers above the 40s out there on the football field.
Looking for the onside kick, 2:23 to go, still a lot of time.
I take that back. There's a 53 out there with all the
that's not a big 53,
kids.
Though.
That's not a big 53. You see 30, 36, 28, 17, 1, 10. This is definitely your hands team that's out there right now because they can expect the onside kick coming only one man deep, and that is Smalls back at his own 10-yard line, and the other 10 men up here.
And number 53, Nick DiCarlo, 5'11", 185 pounds. Imagine he must have some good hands. A lot of space in between the 10 men up front looking for the onside kick, and Small back at the 10. If Buckeye Local could drop one over that line, the race might be on.
Now that's a gamble out there that you have to take out right now. And again, here comes the referee to the sideline. I don't know if we have trouble with the clock again or not, but he's talking with Coach Forsaglio, and yes, they want to talk to the press box. There's somebody up here needs to pick up the phone to find out what's going on. I think maybe some time may have run off the clock. They have to put back on. Oh, okay. Bill, did you hear that conversation? I'm sure the folks heard that over the PA system, that the officials evidently down the field have been hearing some whistles coming out of the stands, and that really causes confusion out there on the field, not only for the officials, but for the kids, because they hear the whistles, they stop. Really, you can create some bad things out there for both sides of the ball, because
that one, didn't I?
what's that?
If you're a Buckeye local fan, you're a little disappointed right now. There was such a long delay. I think Indian Creek said, we ought to move that football, switch the football you're going to kick with, because it's been sitting in the rain for the last minute and a half, waiting for someone to kick it, make it a little slicker. So they put in a drier football, and we are about ready to go. 15-13, Indian Creek on top by 2. Buckeye local just scored, missed a 2-point conversion that would have tied it up. Right now, look for the onside kick from the Panthers. Sign wide kick, and it is recovered by Indian Creek at the 49-yard line.
Nice job over there by whoever that young man is, off the bottom of the pile. Number 28 getting off the bottom. And
bottom of the pile,
39. Take a look at it here, folks, on your screen. We'll see number 39 that we believe it is. Sean Gazik. Nice squib going out there. Cradles it right home, Bill. Remember them old fumble drills?
Yep. God, I remember those fumbles.
Used to hate that when that point go up in your stomach.
Just used to hate it when we used to fumble in practice, because that meant 50 push-ups every time.
2:10 to go in the ball game.
1st and 10. Handoff to Minor. Minor carrying it with one hand, the left hand, and I'm sure the coach is thinking, why don't you put the right hand on top of it too? We don't want to lose the football here. And for the Buckeye local Panthers, their coach is saying, let's get a hand in there and knock it out. We need a fumble.
And I'm not quite sure, Bill, if it doesn't look like it on the screen there up here in the box, but folks, we've had a steady drizzle now almost all this second half. So that ground out there is wet, and that ball is getting wet out there. So they really got to use 2 hands to hold on to it.
1:35 to go. Handoff, Minor, and he lost
there
the football. Buckeye local has it.
1:29, Bill.
Well, that's what we said. You got to watch out for it. And Minor didn't have both hands on it, coughed it up, and it goes the other way. Number 62 on the recovery. Jim Runovich comes up with the fumble recovery. We take a look at it, Coach, and he was just being spun down. He'd really been stopped. Someone hit the ball and it came out.
You can see get the hand in there on it.
One hand on the football right there.
Right there, and
boom, helmet on the football.
Helmet on the football.
Looks like 66. That may have been Hepburn. And then it comes loose.
Halfback pass to the quarterback.
Not there. All of a sudden, trouble, and it is a sack for a sack. Bailey trying to run the halfback option. They wanted to throw it back upfield, and it looks like we're going to have a timeout. Cornish was the intended receiver, but he was covered well.
Take a look at it right there. Bailey's coming to the right-hand side.
I don't think he sold it enough.
No, you saw number 10 coming out of the backfield. But what we don't see back there, Bill, is the corner for Indian Creek. Saw Cornish coming out of the backfield there and ran right with him, so he had no place to throw that football.
Dean, I believe that's a sack for a sack. If we could put that up, I believe that's sack number 2. Kroger Food and Drug. And they will donate $50 to the Salvation Army. We talked to Dean Marini, directing down in the truck, doing a fine job as always. And we take a look at that. So $100 right now going to the Salvation Army. That's good news. And just a little bit, we'll pick our players of the game. Right now we go down to Leah. Leah, how's everything down on the sideline?
So, you guys, I am drenched. Right now I'm talking to some Buckeye local fans who are trying to hold on to the last minutes of hope. We have 54 seconds left. What do you guys think? They're going to pull it off?
Oh, I think they can. I really do. Buckeye local football, a lot of the games they've lost, they've come from behind. And as far as the size,
motion penalty.
Every team I've ever beaten has been bigger than them, so I've never counted them.
We got to catch up on the action. Back to you, Bill.
Thank you very much, Leah. Motion penalty is going to go against Buckeye local. False start's going to cost them, and that hurts with 51 seconds to go. And, Coach, players of the game, one guy that has been busy all night long for Buckeye local, and we talked about it earlier, Doug Anderson.
Doug Anderson, number 61 out there, done a good job on both sides of the football. And I tell you what, Bill, for that Indian Creek ball club, it'd be awful hard. You know, Young's had a real good job in their quarterback night throwing the football. Miners run the ball real well, and Smalls run the ball real well.
Brown's done a good job, defensive end.
But they've run the football because of that offensive line.
So we'll give it to the whole line.
That sounds real good to me.
That's a lot of big. Plus, you don't want to argue with guys that big.
No, you don't. And again, the clock started there with the motion.
You take a look at it. Players of the game: Red Donnelly Scholarship Award winners Doug Anderson, Buckeye local. He pick up the scholarship awarded in his name. And the offensive line of Indian Creek, the big boys up front. They get the job done tonight. And with 54 seconds to go, Indian Creek's defense trying to get the job done and bring home a win. Buckeye local trying to come back from a 2-point deficit as Bailey carries a short gain out to about the 38-yard line. And Coach, a little surprising play call there. Looking for a draw, delay to throw him off a little bit.
A couple times tonight, we've seen him break that ball up through there real clean, and that's what Coach was trying to do out there. He's figuring the Indian Creek defensive staff had talked to people about making sure they're getting a good pass rush, line back deep in the curl zones, and the secondary backing up. And he was just trying to spring Bailey up through the middle there and get him into the secondary, because we just seen a few minutes ago there what he can do once he gets in that secondary. It was him against 4 red shirts, and he scored on him. So really a good call by Coach Pope, because he had that one timeout left, and he went ahead and used it now with 44 seconds to go. But look at that distance over there, Bill. 3rd down, and the clock has 17, but that's a long 17 over there. So they need to pick up some good yardage on this play, because it's going to be tough to pick up the first down and get themselves right back to that line of scrimmage and get that first down so that clock will stop for them. I believe they're out of timeouts.
Have to get it, I would imagine, down around the 20-yard line to have a realistic opportunity for a field goal. Matthews in at quarterback. Looks for Cornish, pump fake. Looks for Cornish again down the sideline, and he almost comes up with a juggling catch, but it goes incomplete. Coverage provided by Stacy, and Cornish says he wants some interference. He won't get it. Good play all the way around, but almost a juggling catch, and that would have been the first down.
Yes, it would have been. I tell you what, you could see why Dave Cornish, one of their leading receivers last year, he really fought this ball away and looked like he was going to make a miracle catch out there. You see the quick fake pump right there. Just try to let him run up that sideline, but the Indian Creek people stayed home real well. And right now it's just going to be a fight for the football.
Almost had it. Almost had it. Jeremy Stacy on the coverage for Indian Creek. 4th down and 17. Biggest problem right now for Buckeye local is getting the 17 for the first down.
First down.
37 seconds to go.
Cornish is back at quarterback.
Cornish rolls to the far side, looks downfield, has a man, but his knees are down, and that is it. It won't be enough for a first down. And at the 50-yard line, Indian Creek will take over on downs on the reception. Jim Paulman, number 87, but when he went down and put his knees down when he caught the football, he was ruled down immediately there, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Indian Creek at the 50-yard line.
And this probably will be the last snap of the ball game. We'll take a look right at that last play. We see the rollout by Cornish, break the containment outside. But again, the Indian Creek defenders did a real good job by keeping the receivers in front of them. Right there we see Kalman going down to his knee to make a reception at midfield. And Bill, this will be the last snap of the ball game. As Young takes a snap, drops back to a knee, and we're down to 10 seconds to go. And the Redskins, Bill, are going to start off the season 2-0. First time they haven't done here in a lot of years. It's been 10 years since they've had a winning season here. And what's unique, Coach Persacnio was a coach back there in 1985 when they had their winning season and went to the playoffs that year.
Well, Indian Creek comes up with win number 2 on the season. For Buckeye local, a state finalist a year ago. They fall to 0-2. Indian Creek 15-13. That's the final score. And right now, Leah Hegner looking to get the winning coach, Sam Fornsaglio, down on the field, and she is out at midfield, and we'll turn it over to Leah. Leah, what's going on?
Thanks a lot, Bill and Ty. I'm down here with the coach right now. He's congratulating some of the Buckeye local fans for their efforts tonight. Coach, what did it for you, 15-13 on the scoreboard?
Well, just took a team effort. You can see We fumbled it. They fumbled it. Both defenses played great football. There's two good football teams. You got to take your hats off to them. They're champions. I mean, they got great tradition, and I got nothing but to say nice things about them and my big offensive line.
Thanks a lot, Sam. A big win here on the home field for Indian Creek. Back to you guys where you're staying nice and dry.
Thank you very much, Lee. Indeed, we are. Coach, let's take a look at the players of the game. And it is Doug Anderson for Buckeye Local. Played a great game defensively and offensively. The offensive line for Indian Creek really made that running game go tonight for the Indian Creek Redskins. 2 sacks tonight for sack per sack. If my math is correct, Coach, that's just about $100. $50 donated for each sack to the Salvation Army from Kroger Food and Drug. Coach, we are out of time for this evening on the game of the week. The final score, Buckeye Local 15, Indian Creek 13. Until next time, everybody, so long.
WTOV9's Game of the Week featuring Buckeye Local and Indian Creek, brought to you in part by Ohio Valley Hospital, Belmont Tech North, Gold Quarry and Turak, Fox Run Hospital, Kroger Food and Drug, Lenora's Cafeteria, The Health Plan, and new co-op stores.